All right, so you are like you're gonna lead this. You're gonna do like the intros and introduce me and stuff.
You do it.
Well, it's a little bit more difficult for me because I don't know I don't know that I don't have the camera cues, man. I don't have a monitor or anything. Well, all right, we'll try. It is a lot harder though. Like, I mean, it's easy for me to introduce when I know, like, okay. Oh, right. We've casted them before.
Yeah?
At least once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Zari,
Yeah, I'm here.
you're in game, right? Yeah, he's in game.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm viewing the screen. I don't need to be in game. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind though. I mean, when I'm doing it myself, it's easy. I don't have to worry. You know, I like to twitch the screen more than I do when I'm, you know, doing camera work.
Okay.
We'll start.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Talk to your audience.
Yeah. So hi everyone. So I'm Min right here. So this is the Smackdown. So we will be having the first game right here. It will be Zenith versus Focus. So right here I have Zaori with me. So hi down there.
Hello, man. How are you tonight, good sir? Or this evening, this morning?
Wow, it's really quite early right now for me, as in for all the gamers. And well, I'm really ready to see the match right here. And I really want to see how Zenith perform in Horn, where they are so good at Dota 2, and I would really like to see them performing in Horn. So what do you think?
Well, I definitely agree with you. We've casted Team Focus at least once, and I'm struggling to recall exactly which qualifier it was, but I think it was for the TMHNC, at least within the last month or so. So Team Focus is pretty solid. I mean, you can even look at their PSRs and see that they've all at least played quite a few games, and it's hard to see where Zenith ranks right now because their numbers are sort of meaningless. Some of these players are still going to get 20 points for this game, so I don't know. It'll be the first time you and I will get to see Zenith live, so I'm pretty excited as well.
Yeah, that's definitely right. So we actually managed to catch some replays with their plays, and we actually know a bit of their skills here and there. And so, what do you really expect from them?
Well, I'm expecting some interesting picks. I know as an individual that's played both Dota 2 and Heroes of Newerth quite a bit, there's a lot of differences. Even though they're very similar games, they're still very different at the same time. And it's pretty easy to get hung up on those little things. You know, for example, the Wretched Hag ultimate applies the slow, whereas in Dota 2, the equivalent Queen of Pain does not. You know, Slither and Venomancer, although very similar heroes, are still very different as well. So I imagine that Team Zenith will have a slightly different take on the drafting phase, and this is indeed lockpicking as well, which is quite different from captain's mode. So I think drafting may be their biggest hurdle here to get used to Han.
Yeah, that's right. So well, Horn drafting system compared to Dota 2 is different, if I'm not wrong, because I don't touch Dota 2, and I think they don't have a lock picking system, if I'm not sure about that. But
Well, it's sort of it's called Captain's Mode, and it's kind of a mixture of banning pick and lock picking together. It's sort of an alternating. You alternate bans and you alternate picks, and you alternate another set of bans and you alternate another set of picks. So it's not quite as complex as lock picking, but definitely a little bit more complex than just simply banning pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. So from Dota 1, we have the banning pick as well. So yeah, so all right. So we got the game here. Team Focus against Team Zenith, and well, it's really the game is really starting right now. And are you ready for the great show? Popcorn's ready?
Popcorn's ready, man. I am so ready, actually. And can we confirm this is a best of one, correct?
Yes, definitely. It is. It's the best of one series. So if you are lost, if you lose, then that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's
I think it's like a friendly game instead of a tournament. So it's just a game, a friendly match between two teams. So yeah.
Yep, and it's also important to note as well that Team Focus may have some interesting antics in drafting as well, because really in the Southeast Asian Han scene, lockpicking hasn't really been fully adopted because of the national tournament still being banning pick, whereas in the international scene, pretty much everything is lockpicking now. I can't imagine Focus has had a huge amount of lock-picking experience as well. So again, I'm going to be kind of intrigued to see how both teams adapt the lock-picking compared to some of the stuff we see on the international client.
Yeah, that's right. So I don't really play lock-pick mode a lot, but I think there's certain strategies to this mode, and well, I still can't figure out how do you actually play lock-pick mode with the strategy here and there, but yeah, so we will just leave it to them, and hopefully, I hope Team Zenith actually prepared for this this kind of drafting game, and they are actually well prepared to face against the mighty Impunity.
Yeah.
In the last game or something like that. So yeah, so let's go into the game, shall we?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So do you mind going through right now, because I can't see the screen?
Oh, sure, okay. So, of course, the blind band start us off here. We're going to see Polywog Priest, Jereziah, Draconis, and Valkyrie as our 4 blind bands. So already sort of interesting. I mean, all very powerful heroes in their own right, but Zenith banning out Valkyrie does stand out to me just a little bit.
Yeah, so the bands, I think that Polywog Priest, where we always mention that he's under hands of a pro player, he's really scary, and when it's at a middle lane, when he reached at the level 6 mark, he can almost land a kill at anyone. So I'm really not really surprised that Polywog Priest is banned in this game. So well, he's a bit of a really, I can't say overpowered, but because if someone who does not know how to use Polywog Priest, he won't be performing that well compared to a person that is like a master of Polywog Priest, where he can do ward trap instantly. So like where he hacks the person and he just do the ward trap immediately, just in 1 second. So that shows much of difference. So yeah, Polywog Priest is a good ban right here. So followed by a Jereziah from the Legion team, and a Draconis and the Valkyrie. So Draconis, we also mentioned a lot about Draconis as well in the past, that he farms really fast with the Blazing Flight, even though it's nerfed. So it's not really strange to see Draconis being banned right here, but the Valkyrie ban, then that's really made me scratch a bit. I'm not really sure if Valkyrie is actually a threat to the game. So what do you think about that?
Well, again, I think it comes back to some of the stuff where you have to remember that they're a Dota 2 team primarily, and some of those heroes that are direct ports, or at least very similar, may be a little bit valuable to them, to Zenith more so than Focus. On the flip side, Zenith probably has a set of heroes that they consider to be just ridiculous, where they would be saying to themselves, if only this hero existed in Dota 2, because he would be absolutely insane broken. And if you look at their blind bans, Draconis and Valkyrie both fit into the opposite, or one of the other of those two categories. Of course, Valkyrie, a direct port from Priestess of the Moon, and Draconis, as you mentioned properly, he farms at just a ridiculous rate. So I think some of that is gonna come into effect here in this game. If you want, I can read off the next set of locks and bans here. The locks are as such: Aluna, Dr. Repulsor, Tempest, Magnus, Myrmidon, and Silhouette. And the alternating bans here in the banning phase are going to be Ophelia, Forsaken Archer, Magebane, Behemoth, Tundra, and Parasite. So a pretty good array of heroes across the board. And to be honest, this locked pool actually doesn't stand out to me too much. It looks pretty straightforward, man.
Yeah, definitely. So the locks and the bans are pretty straightforward, and we often see like Tundra, Parasite, and Ophelia banned, but not really Forsaken Archer. And well, Forsaken Archer is really a strong hero, but it's really team dependent, where if you pick a Forsaken Archer, you have to depend on good teammate to actually set up kills or combination and such. So Forsaken Archer can't really be the hero that like you can 1v4 or something like that. So well, maybe that they know that Team Focus may be good with Forsaken Archer, so they go with the ban, and yeah, there we go. So other than that, it's pretty straightforward like you mentioned, and let's go ahead with the pick. So Focus actually picked up Pebbles, Bubbles, and the Dark Lady. So we're going to see the Dark Lady right here being picked up by Team Focus. So wow. And on the other hand, we see like Emerald Warden and Slither. Wow, something new. Emerald Warden.
Yeah, Emerald Warden first pick. And I was just going to comment, Pebbles getting left in the pool, that's a little bit scary. And of course, getting first pick. Focus has a scary roster right now. They've got the best of both worlds. They've got mid-game, they've got fairly solid lanes, and of course they have late game with that Dark Lady and Rampage going to be the pick here. Now, one thing that's interesting about Rampage compared to his sort of counterpart in Dota 2, which of course is Spirit Breaker, they're very different heroes at this point. Rampage is sort of if Bat Rider and Spirit Breaker got together and had a love child, we'd have this beautiful Rhino man. But it's still an interesting pick, and I'll be curious to see how it works. The good thing about Rampage is he can lock someone down, like that Dark Lady or that Pebbles perhaps, and he will go through BKB with those bashes. Or I suppose I should say Shrunken Head if Tempest opts for one. So maybe not the most useless pick, but interesting nonetheless. Magnus, Dr. Repulsor are going to be there to polish off the Team Zenith roster.
Yeah, that's right. So we've seen many carry Rampage, and it's really scary when Rampage actually gets the item and actually gets farmed up. So in a lot of people's mindset, Rampage is actually a roamer and roams around the map without getting farmed. So he can really get really scary when he's farmed up with like Frostburn and Shrunken Head. So he can really snowball a lot, because he has a really high base damage with the Ram skill. And yeah, so and the Dr. Repulsor pick, we see that Kirito really plays a good Dr. Repulsor from the replay, if you remember that it's at the top lane and such. So yeah, and I think that it's well, they have to pick a Dr. Repulsor. And if I'm not wrong, in Dota 2, Storm Spirit is actually very strong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah.
Storm Spirit. Yeah. Are you talking about Yule's Scepter of Divinity?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. It's stronger in Han. In Dota, you can only use it aggressively. You can't use it on your allies. So it actually doesn't have quite as much utility as it does in Han, where you can use it on both defensively and aggressively. So it'll be interesting. The item choices will be interesting as well. And now is kind of an interesting time for this stuff to take place because at this juncture, Han and Dota are pretty different games. And another big change, of course, is the use of these observatories now where we can get wards and potions and you can buy all those big items at the main shop. There's no more secret shop in Han, whereas Dota 2, that is still the way about it. So just those subtle differences, I think, may influence some of their decision making, some of their play. But I have to say, man, Focus has a team that looks quite scary right here. Just based on the draft alone, they have really the cream of the crop. They have jungling power with the Tempest. They've got AoE teamfight presence. They've got early game with that Aluna Bubbles combo. They've got mid game with Pebbles, and they've even got late game with Dark Lady. I don't think Zenith has a particularly bad team, but I just don't think team synergy is there when you look at it from a 5v5 perspective.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm really excited that well, I know them from quite a long time, and they are really one of my favorite team, and I really like to see how they perform in this game, and I'm really excited. That's all I can say. So. Mm-hmm.
Yep, very excited indeed. So, yeah, I'm kind of curious how they're going to lane over here on the Hellborn side, because they do actually have a couple of options. When you look at this draft, I guess a lot of people may say that there are some obvious choices, but really Emerald Warden, Dr. Repulsor, or Rampage could go solo here. Any of those heroes could play solo role in either the mid or the close lane up in top, and any of them can really get out of control with a bit of that early farm. So how they want to lane this is kind of up to them. If they want to try something with roaming supports, Slither and Magnus certainly can play that role. And I have to say, I like the choice to add Slither in here. Venomancer is a very popular hero in the current Dota 2 metagame. So seeing them mix in Slither actually doesn't come as too much of a surprise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely right. So you might want to talk the laning a bit because I can't see the screen once again. Yeah.
So what can you see, Min?
I can see your face. That's all.
I feel so bad for you.
Yeah. So you want to mind say about something that we can say right here?
Let's see. I don't know. It looks like someone's trying to do something with the shop.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. So they are currently doing the settings for actually because. They mostly play at home, so it's the first time here, so they are trying to figure out the settings and
I see.
The key binding and such. So they are setting the keys and get ready for the game.
Absolutely. So if you want, we can look at this Legion team here. Their lanes are already pretty clear cut. Dark Lady's going to be solo in the bottom lane. In the mid, it'll be a Pebbles Aluna duo, and up in the top it will probably be that solo Suicide Bubbles. Of course, we have Tempest here warming up for the deny, and then he, she, whatever gender Tempest is, will head on over to the jungle, no doubt. So pretty straightforward lanes. I wouldn't really have guessed it too different. And all of them are pretty scary. And we've actually seen the solo Dark Lady, Min, and we've mostly talked about her in that long lane, kind of in a suicide role. But she can play the solo close lane very easily as well. I'm very confident we'll see some points get thrown into Taint Soul here for that easy farming in the close lane solo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, well, yeah, just to inform you a bit, so what can you see from the stream? That's the only thing that I can see. So, yeah.
What? Just the cameras? That's the only?
Yes, that's the only thing. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you're basically just a big cheerleader. Is that what's happening here?
So find a topic and talk with me, then we'll share.
What?
Yeah.
Now we've got a DC, unfortunately. Oh yeah, there we go. So, and I did see some people wondering, Ice is, do you know which players from Zenith are which based on these handles? Because I can't tell them apart.
I don't really know, but I heard a lot about Zenith when I played Dota, and I don't really know their individual player. So that's one thing. But I know they are really good at
So
Dota.
it is eyes, ice, ice, ice. That's really what I'm getting at here. Which one of these players in game is ice, ice, ice?
I think it's Ice. It's him.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
sometimes
it's him.
Okay. I'm just making sure. You know, stranger things have happened.
Yep.
Okay, so it looks like we're almost ready to get started here. I see some G's in chat. All right, looks like we're in good shape here, man. We're gonna get it on. Get ready.
Let's get it on.
Yeah, let's get it on. So, well, okay. So, let's take a look at the lineup for the Legion team, Team Focus. So, they had a pretty straightforward lineup, I can say. So,
Yep.
Tempers are Bubble, Luna, Dark Lady, and Pebble. So it's like, you know, those retro picks that, oh, it's so standard that you see that, you know, it's such a powerful pick. And there are many teams in, be it international scene or Garena Hornsea scene. So they pick this kind of lineup which is like really stable, where they enforce like a mid lane as well as a jungle and a carry. So it's like all in one, instead of just like pushing a special strategy they have or such.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty standard, I can say. And for the Hellborn
Absolutely.
team, it's something special that we don't often see. Dr. Repulsor as well as Unmoral Warden. So yeah, I'm pretty excited that these two strategies, how are they going to be about, and we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see in the later part of the game. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So Dr. Repulsor is going to be solo mid here against the solo Pebbles. And again, I'm going to keep up with these kind of Dota 2 Heroes of Newerth comparisons just because they're so relevant to some of the playstyle differences we'll see here. And Dr. Repulsor is pretty much a direct port in Dota 2. Of course, that is Storm Spirit. They're very confusing because we have the item Storm Spirit, but I think he's a panda, even though he isn't really. So he does fit into the Dota 2 meta a little bit more. So I'm not surprised, again, to see Dr. Repulsor picked up and used maybe a little more aggressively here. We'll see how he fares against Pebbles. They're actually doing a lot of damage to one another here in the mid. And I thought Pebbles may have actually been able to pick up a kill, but indeed not. And I'm actually surprised that they didn't pick up Luna. Luna was locked and last picked by Focus here, and I'm just surprised only because Luna is she's so powerful in Han, and compared to some of the choices in Dota 2, she's sort of modeled after Windrunner. If Windrunner was just injected with steroids, I mean, she is just a ridiculously strong hero, and I would have thought Zenith would be all over that.
Yeah, that's right. So actually, Luna, she has been nerfed in real life. The stun is no longer that strong. You have to add to max level in order to like get to the fullest potential of the stun. Because right now at level 1, it only stuns one target. So it's been forced for Luna players to actually max out the first skill instead of like they can just add 1 point to it and just max out Deja Vu. So there's a bit of nerf for Luna, but it does not really it's not really a big issue to that, but or maybe yes to a Luna player. Yeah, at the bottom you see some engage going on, and there goes a kill by Luna onto Slater. So well done there by Luna. Big play.
Yeah, big plays indeed. Very easy gank target. Of course, that is one of the problems with Slither in this current metagame. No escape mechanism. He's very easy to lock. Pardon me. Lock down. And down he goes. You're absolutely right about Luna, though, although I have to say I'm not too upset about that nerf. I think that just takes Luna from ridiculously overpowered to, well, now she's still just pretty damn good. I would still say that she's god tier. The stun is still quite powerful when you level it up. And Deja Vu is almost a one-point wonder type ability. So, yeah, she is just still a mighty girl with a stick.
Yeah, so, well, we can see a lot of static farming right now after the first blood, so not much action going on. So, yeah. About Luna, she's still very strong because of the power throw, and it's really irritating where he can out-harass the opponent from a far range. and also he has a far basic range as well. So Luna is still quite hot, and even after the nerf, is still quite strong. Yeah.
So again, guys, we do want to reiterate that the players can actually hear us right now. So we are not going to be able to talk about any kind of ward placements, not going to be able to talk about any item pickups until, of course, they've already been seen and used in-game, and any sort of other positioning stuff. Dr. Repulsor, going to be able to survive the Pembles combo there. So just keep that in mind. There may be times where stuff is happening, if an incoming gank is pending and we're not mentioning it, but it's on camera. We don't want to alert the players to things they wouldn't otherwise have access to. So pretend it's like DreamHack Finals, where everybody can hear everything at all times. Just to reiterate, if things are a little silly here. Rampage looking to make something happen mid, but not going to find it.
Yeah, that's right. So, wow, Luna is facing a lot of trouble with Slither right here at the bottom lane. So, well, he will be fine because there's no really follow-up. Well, Slither tag with Rampage. Any insights of that? Because it's pretty strong where Slither can actually slow his opponent, and Rampage can just like push up the lane and just kill if there's a chance given to Rampage. So, I pretty like this lineup. Oh, so there's an engage going on the top. So, Emerald Water actually managed to pick up bubbles down there.
Yep.
So,
that's the power of Emerald Warden. Silencing shot works wonders. One of the reasons why Emerald Warden is, well, a valued hero, and I guess not one we see too often, but it does work well against a hero like Bubbles. So they do manage to get a kill, and that's going to level it out. And we've still got a pretty even game on our hands. I actually kind of would have thought Focus would naturally pull ahead a little bit more because they have that jungler, and of course that is a little bit more efficient here in the laning phase. There's just a little bit more gold opened up, and they did get that first blood as well. So I seen them only ahead by 500 gold, 500 experience. I just thought it would have been a little bit higher. And in the bottom lane, looks like they're not going to find the engage on Rampage that they're looking for. Tempest getting close to that Elemental Void mark, but still not quite there. It's going to walk right by the ward and get charged. This could be bad news bears. There's the spray from Slither. I think Tempest is going to be in big trouble. The rest of the Legion coming to try and support the stun from Aluna. There's the power throw. Tempest still in big trouble. The slow from Slither may be enough. Can they get the deny? Nope. There's the bash from Rampage. And that's going to be the end of the engage. Zenith going to pull ahead 2-1, 6 minutes in.
yeah, that's what I meant. So, Slither and Rampage can really be powerful if there's a chance given to Rampage to actually outrun the opponent and just ram the hero. And yeah, so yeah, I pretty like the lineup at the bottom lane. So at the top lane right now, we can see Emerald Water is pretty fine right now, sitting at 249 GPM, currently the highest. So yeah, and at the bottom lane, there's some action going on, and Rampage is in big trouble, and he's going to fall by the hands of Dark Lady. So well played and ganked by Tempest down there. So Tempest really play a good part in the engage, setting up kills for Dark Lady, and that's really important for Team Focus. They need their Dark Lady to get pumped up to actually face the wrath of Team Zenith.
Yep, absolutely right. And now if you look at that GPM chart, it does put Dark Lady in the lead, now just below that 300 GPM mark. And that is scary. We're all tied up 2-2 here, and we see Focus is slightly pulling ahead, but what's scary about that is Dark Lady is the leading farmer. She's the one that's going to carry them through the late game. And up in the top, Bubbles. And ooh, a nice take cover. I don't know that it's going to be enough, though. One more auto attack, and that'll do it. The Shell Surf going to come, almost finishing Emerald Ward, and he's going to walk away with about 15 hit points or so when it's all said and done. All the while on the bottom, they're going to disengage, but it does look like that top tower is going to fall momentarily here. At least it's going to end up in deny range, so I imagine it's going to go down. Pebbles with an invisibility rune is venturing his way to the top, maybe looking for a kill on Magnus or this juicy Emerald Warden who's nice and squishy, not too much in the way of stats. And yeah, I just remembered that. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, that's right. So we can see right now Pebbles is not really doing very good at middle lane. So perhaps they really need to let their Dark Lady farm up. Oh, so Pebbles has a haste, and he lands his combo onto Emerald Water, managed to pick him up. So wow, lucky Pebbles managed to get the haste rune and just pick up Emerald Water just like that. So
Yeah,
that's
well, I
the
don't
power
feel so
of
bad about ruining his game, you know.
So yeah, that's the power of Peppers, and that's what he should be. So getting a level 8 mark and managing to pick up kills, and there we go again at the mid lane, managed to land a Smackdown as well onto Dr. Repulsor. Wow.
Yeah.
Big plays from Pebbles. We have that.
And this is bad news bears. You know, we saw Pebbles get first picked by Focus, no surprise there. And unfortunately, Zenith drafted this team that's, well, made up of a bunch of squish balls. I mean, pretty much everyone is susceptible to this Pebbles combo right now. Everyone hovering around that 600, 700 hit point mark. And that's scary. If Pebbles gets a pretty quick portal key here, it's going to be rough, and he's, well, maybe not that close. We're only 9 minutes in. He's going to probably pick up boots first. And speak of the devil in the bottom lane, we're going to see Rampage in a little bit of trouble. There's the Elemental Void. That's going to be an easy double kill for Focus. Down goes Slither as well as Rampage. It's going to put them ahead 6-3 now, 9 minutes in. That's a hefty lead here for our Legion side, man. I think they may be able to get a tier 1 tower in the bottom lane as well.
Yeah, that's right. So, well, it's really big for the Legion team to actually get early power. So, it really helped their Dark Lady a lot. And that's one thing good about Tempest, where you actually manage to catch a kill with the Elemental Void. Then you can actually push the tower, first tier tower really easy after getting the 1 kill or 2 at the lane. So I really like Tempest in this way, and it should be played this way as well. So it's not necessary that you need the portal key, then you go for the engage. That's really bad. Yeah.
Yep. Here we're going to see the engage continue here. Slither going to be in some trouble. Caught in the kill field. Bubbles on the run. I think Rampage may have enough to secure the kill. Down goes Tempest, all the while the rest of the fight's resuming. And that's actually going to be the only kill for now. Magnus in trouble, but the Steam Bath going to be enough to keep him alive. So a nice kill here for Zenith, showing a sign of life. See if they can set something else up here.
Alright, so
Rampage
Dark Lady
charging
is in big trouble right here at the neutral creep. So will Rampage be able to take down Dark Lady? That's the question. So it's a bit hard. That's the charging strike, and he will be get Australia. But Rampage is big trouble right now, currently pursued by Pebbles, and no, the stun is not going to go off, and both of them will be safe for now.
That was really unfortunate for Rampage. He's actually about 20 mana short or so to get the ultimate off. And I think if he had his ulti, he may have been able to kill Dark Lady. At the very least, gotten her close to death. And that was just a bad batch of RNG. Well, I guess maybe a case of not quite doing the math, but unfortunate nonetheless. But yeah, the sort of worst fears for Zenith are coming true here. The team with Dark Lady winning in the early game is never a good sign. Still only red boots on Dark Lady, but she does have the sustainer. And it's not bad farm. Again, still leading the way in this match.
Yeah, that's right. So normally we see a red shoes on Dark Lady and followed by a cleaver straight. So once Dark Lady actually hits the cleaver, he actually by skyrocketing the farm by a lot. So yeah, Dark Lady really needs that cleaver, and once with the cleaver, his supporter can go to the neutral creep and just begin to stack, triple stacks or twice stacks, whatever it is, and Dark Lady will start clearing the creeps. So that's the part where she will boost her GPM really by a huge margin. Yeah, so that you really want to control Dark Lady, and look like there's an action on the top, and Dark Lady will be able to land onto Emerald Warden, but not Dark Lady doesn't get the kill. Bubble did. So well, even though nice assist there by Bubble.
Yep, a very nice kill in the top lane. Their mid tower is taking a bit of pressure, but we'll see what happens. I think Focus may be able to make a stand here. You see a lot of toxin wards down, and they can actually be a little bit irritating to deal with. They do a decent amount of damage, and we see this tower going to go down to about a third HP or so. And that's going to serve for an easy defense, it would seem. So at this point, Focus is in pretty good shape, though. They can kind of sit back and just keep doing their thing. In the bottom lane, Pebbles going to be able to grab a kill onto Rampage. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. He went straight for that portal key, actually even before Power Treads. So, yeah, he's having a good time here, man. Sitting 3-0-0. Pebbles is going to be scary throughout this game, no doubt. All the while in the mid lane as well. Kelpfield going to come out from Bubbles. Is the follow-up going to be there? There's the stun from Luna. Power throw. There's the Elemental Void. Magnus going to go down. Slither going to be in a little bit of trouble as well. Dr. Repulsor going to get the interruption, but he's going to pay with with his life as Pebbles comes in. Going to see a port from Emerald Warden. Bubbles may find himself in a bit of a sticky wicket here. Nope, he's going to be able to run. So they're going to hit by the power throw. There's the toss. Down he goes. I think that may be the end of the engage. Of course, Zenith coming out way behind, now trailing 4-11, 13 minutes in.
Yeah, and at the mid lane, furthermore, engage going on. Emerald Warden is big trouble and nice toss by Pebble. He actually blinked and tossed Emerald Warden back. And wow, Aluna is in big trouble, taken out by Rampage, and he casts his ultimate on Tempest. Will he be able to bring down Tempest as well? But no! Wow, just one more last of attack. But Team Focus managed to bring down that Rampage. So really nice support there. Saving the Tempest and quad kill from Pebble. Wow.
Yeah, that was basically Zenith's worst fears being realized right there. It's not looking good. It's looking very dark. They are up against a wall at this point. This is part of the problem with the draft that they went for here. We see in the mid lane, the Rampage continues here for Shampoo King. But this is part of the problem. They're going to be so susceptible to Pebbles in this mid game. And the fact that there's a Dark Lady makes this so much worse. If Dark Lady was perhaps drafted by Zenith, then I would say they might still have a chance at this game. They can outlast this mid game Pebbles and win with that Dark Lady hard carry. But they don't even have a hard carry to go toe to toe with Dark Lady. Once she gets that Rune Cleaver, finishes up those boots, gets a Firebrand, she's going to be just ridiculous. They're not going to have anybody who will be able to go toe to toe with her. Hell, they don't even have enough disables to really shut her down in the way of stuns. What are they going to do? They have Rampage Initiation, and that's about it. Magmus still level 5. We're 15 minutes in. You're going to have to start using Eruption, buddy. So it's looking kind of rough on all sides, I guess.
Yeah, that's really true, but to me, wow, so there's another kill on the Slither. Wow, this Pebbles is just snowballing all the way. So that's what we are talking about when Pebbles landed the bottom key. So there's an engage going at the bottom lane as well. So yeah, and there we go. So they managed to get a double tap. So nice play there by Emerald Warden. So well, Tempest is a bit in trouble right there as well. But wow, nice save by Pebbles. Will be able to turn things around. But it looks like Zenith is not giving up, and Emerald Warden is down there still pursuing Pebbles as well as Magmus. So he actually kicked him back to Magmus and actually landed the kill down there.
He can kill Magmus here too. Magmus doesn't have enough for a Lava Surge. Aluna might do it for him, but Pebbles can make this happen. There it is. He's going to go back in. Easy peasy. This is the definition of Edward Norton snowball right now. There's absolutely nothing they can do to shut down this Pebbles. He's just too high level. Pull up that XP per minute chart, and wow, he's sitting just below 700, more than doubling anyone else in the game. Edward Norton, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause, please. Wow.
Yeah, that's definitely right. So, like we said, when Pebbles actually hit the bottom key, he can really snowball really hard. So it's really important to actually control Pebbles as much as you can. But if you control Pebbles too much, Dark Lady will have too much free farm. So it's kind of a mind game. So if you want Pebbles to fat, you have to let Dark Lady. You have to control Dark Lady. If not, you control Dark Lady, Pebbles will be fat. So that's, you have to make the decision. And yeah, another thing I want to point out about Magmus, even though he hits the level 6 mark, if he does not have the portal key, it's really hard to execute the eruption where most of the Legion team can actually stop his channeling ultimate. So he needs that portal key to be fully utilized. So everyone from the Legion team can actually stop his ultimate. So, and the bottom lane, Emerald Warden is big trouble, will be able to take off by Bubbles. And yeah, the kill goes to Dark Lady. I don't know how. I think he used the Paint of Soul to actually get the last hit. Yeah.
Well, man, this is one of these occasions where one of the drawbacks of Dota 2 is that they don't have any sort of concede function. So luckily here in Heroes of Newerth, you can stop the madness kind of whenever you want with that team consensus, and that may be a feature that Zenith will be well advised to employ at some point in the near future here. They're just getting picked apart on every front, 22-8, 15k gold, 13k experience. I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but I don't know what they can do to come back from this. Slither going to venture out way too far. Another easy kill here for Team Focus.
Yeah, that's definitely right. So we can't forget that Team Focus, they had a Tempest, so it's really hard for Team Zenith to actually counter this, because they had a Magnus to actually sort of counter Tempest, but once Tempest get his shrunken head, it's really difficult, and Tempest Elemental Void will really make Team Zenith be a really bad position in engages. So, yeah.
Yep, and Dark Lady as well. Still sitting on red boots, but 2,200 gold in the bank. That is not going to be an issue. I don't even know why TDL is still farming. They've got this game in the bag. She can just really charge straight in at head first at this point almost, and they'll be in good shape. Really the problem now is just a level advantage. I mean, Pebbles is level 15. Everyone is a free kill. There's the Immortal for Shampoo King. We're going to see this engage continue. Bubble's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Very well may go down, but it's going to be able to get the Kelp field off. And there's the Elemental Void. Not the best one we've seen, but going to be enough to make this happen. I think Bubbles may fall. Nope, doesn't have the poison spray on him. Slither's going to go down as well. Looks like Rampage and Dr. Repulsor are going to be the only two to survive, as they both head for the hills. Rampage actually going to potion up and charge back in. I don't know why he didn't just go for Bubbles. Looks like he's going for Dark Lady. He wants blood. He's got the ultimate up as well. This may be a kill. There it is. Is he going to pay with his own life, though? Yes, he is. Pebbles going to finish him off. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So, another sign of life. Dr. Repulsor going to come in. That's going to be all his mana. Unfortunately, well, I guess fortunately for him, there isn't going to be any sort of retaliation from our Legion side, but a ballsy move, to say the least. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a massacre. Down goes Magnus here. The Immortal continues.
Yep, that's definitely right. So right here we see an Immortal Pebble, and we don't really see that often. So, in my opinion, Pebbles right now can actually one-shot anyone from the Hellborn team, just auto keep there, stun toss, and that's the kill. So it's really hard for them right now, and at least they should attempt to get a Mystic Vestment or so they will not at least get one hit and such. So yeah.
Yep, you are exactly right, sir. The only one that may be able to survive is Rampage. He's actually just now finished up his Helm of the Black Legion, so yeah, the Vanguard effect may help and keep him alive a little bit longer, at least not an instant free kill for Pebbles, but yeah, also Shrunken Head's been picked up on Pebbles as well. Dark Lady's finished up her Steam Boots here, moved into the Mighty Blade, so that'll be a Shrunken Head before long as well. And even Bubbles now with his Portal Key, a Luna with an Astrolabe. The inventories are just telling a pretty clear depiction of how this game is going. Looks like we're going to see a little bit of initiation on the Bubbles here. Pebbles going to come in the back. That's going to be the end of Slither. The Immortal Streak continues. Pebbles may be in a bit of a sticky wicket here, though. We're going to see the Shrunken Head on. Magnus going to throw a stun anyway. I mean, what the hell? Not going to connect, though, and Pebbles going to be able to survive.
Yeah, that's right. So that's, wow. Just an easy kill with an Invis rune. Just also looks like there's an engage going on at the mid lane, and wow, looks like Team Zenith decided to go back, but Team Focus is not letting the Emerald just getting escaped just by that. So well played there by Bubbles. Actually managed to catch the ball down there, and Dr. Repulsor actually went in to caught onto Tempest, but oh, look at the charging blade dealt by Dark Lady, so much damage. And wow, Dr. Repulsor just melted.
Yeah, I mean, again, the level disadvantage is playing such a big role right now in how this game is going. Rampage going to go down. They may be able to get a kill on the Bubbles here. Astrolabe's going to be used. It's going to try and top him off. Magnus is going to go into Steam Bath mode. He may be able to survive. Bubbles does go down, and that's going to be the end of Magnus. So that's going to be an easy genocide here for our Legion side. Bubbles the only one going down.
Yeah, that's right. So wow, really nice play there by our Team Focus, and they show that they are what they are made of, and they really didn't disappoint me, man. They are really strong.
Yep, and it is interesting to note here as well, no one on this Hellborn team has Mystic Vestments at the moment. And against the snowballing Pebbles, that is generally a worthy investment, certainly even with a Bubbles and a Luna. I mean, Bubbles does an absurd amount of AoE magic damage as well. I think Mystic Vestments would have been well advised this match, and unfortunately, Zenith missed the memo on that one. Pebbles, though, going to be in a little bit of trouble in the mid lane. He's going to go in, not going to be able to grab a kill quite yet. Will activate the Shrunken Head. There's the ultimate from Rampage. Of course, it goes through that Shrunken. He's going to be in big trouble here. Luna going to throw a stun. There's the Astrolabe as well. 20-0-2 Pebbles. Will this be his first death? Nope, just going to be able to walk away. And there you have it. The onslaught continues.
Yeah, that's right. Pebbles himself is quite tanky, and his third skill is actually really useful, where it reduces the buff, and I mean the debuff. So it's really hard to kill Pebbles when he's tanky. But nonetheless, he has low armor, so that's one negative point that Pebbles had. So if you want to take down Pebbles, burst him down. So it's really hard when he has the Shrunken Head, because you can't burst him down with magical damage and only physics.
Yep, it is bad news bears as well. This is one of these situations, though, where Rampage does come in handy. You can do little things like they did there. Unfortunately, there was just no follow-up. And again, this goes back to Zenith and not really having any kind of a right-click carry at this point. I mean, they do have Emerald Warden, but look at his farm. Unfortunately, he's 5-8-2, sub 200 GPM, and his inventory is just pretty sparse. So, especially compared to that Dark Lady, a little bit scary. Though it looks like we could see something brewing here. Emerald Warden going to open with the Wolves. Pebbles actually going to miss the opening stun on the Emerald Warden here, and that may be the end of Dark Lady. Nope, that's going to be an Elemental Void. Just going to catch all 5 of them when it's all said and done. The Immortal Spree continues. Magma's still alive. There's a Chuck, and that's going to finish him off. That was beautifully done by Team Focus, man.
Really pretty nice, and I really like that Elemental Void. It's almost perfect. It caught 4 heroes, and really well done there. And MVP goes to really Temple. He's really putting a lot of effort supporting his teammates in this game. Be it Dark Lady or the Pebble. So, wow, I have to say, Shampoo King. He's really the king right here. He can just kill anyone he wants.
Yep. That is exactly right. He's going to go ahead and pick up, he's got the Void Talisman. Looks like he may have some fun in the well. And just some fun going to be had here. Both sides going to play around a little bit. Magmas, he's going to try and channel the Eruption. It's not going to work. So instead of pushing here, Focus going to make it sting a little bit more. Going to try and capitalize on that gold lead here. Maybe get that little gold coin a little further to the right. It was a joke because it's already as far to the right as it can go.
Alright, so we see a lot of engines going on as well. So we can see that the Legion team is like standing in front of their door, and they were like, come on, we want some kill, and feed off the kill. It looks like Team Zenith doesn't want to come out from the well, and Pebbles just blink in and toss the hero out. It's really interesting this way.
Yep, the beauty of the Void Talisman. So, of course, that will be the mid lane of Rax. The bottom lane are going to take a little bit of damage from Bubbles here. I imagine Focus will want to end this before too long. Camping the well is only so exciting, I suppose. Dark Lady now with an Abyssal Skull. In good shape as well, and yeah, they're just going to finish off this bottom lane, let the creeps push in. Unfortunately, the tier 2 tower in the top is still up, so they very well may just push for the win here after this lane goes down.
Yeah, that's right. So, like what we have said from the start of the game, Team Focus really had a nice lineup, and it's pretty standardized. So, we often see this kind of picks up, and yeah, there we go. It's still strong as ever, and Aluna has already been buffed, but he's still really strong hero. So.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, not surprised to see Aluna still picked despite that little nerf. Bubbles gonna get caught. Bubbles gonna go down. So there you go, a little pick me up for our Hellborn side. It's something, man. I think as you put it in our last cast, at least they're trying. So it looks like Focus is going to back up here, though. They're going to take their time, push that top lane in, make sure they have mega creeps, do it in true Southeast Asian style. Huh, Min?
Yes, man, Southeast Asian style, no mega creeps, no end game.
It's hard coded into the Garena client. The shrine stays immortal until you take out every set of racks, right? Isn't that how it is over here?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they truly have the capability to actually end the game shit. So wow, yeah.
No, it's and I don't mean to sound rude, of course. That is a sort of an ongoing joke. Hold that thought though for a second here. There was a Kongor attempt from Team Zenith and didn't really go their way. We see Pebbles is pretty much nemesis with everyone in this game, and they are going to clean up this Kongor attempt. Magnus going to be able to Lava Surge out, but not for long. He's going to port, and wow, the Doom Squad comes to take him out here. And they may just push for the win right here, man. Maybe they've decided they don't need mega creeps after all.
Yeah, that's right, because they still have the second tier tower, but looks like they're going for the leader kill instead. And it's a big trouble right here, you see. So many things going on, just melted like that.
Yep. So, of course, though, for those of you guys that have watched the Garena Han SCA channel before, a ridiculous percentage of the games that Min and I have casted together have ended in a situation like this where they could have pushed for the win, but they opt to just take out the other lane of racks before pushing the final base structure, whether it's the tree or the shrine. So it's sort of a joke that over here, for some reason, teams almost always opt to just take the safe route, kill every structure in the base, and get all those proverbial achievement points. And point in case right here, I think, Min.
Yeah. Wow, look like Pebbles is finally going down. There you go, Pebbles. Finally, immortal strength and the wow, finally.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that is looking like we're close to the end here. A few more kills going to get cleaned up. Pebbles, of course, going to buy back, use those boots of travel to get down here. And oh, Tempest going to get taken out by the fire bush. But yeah, that's going to be the end min. So that's going to be a demoralizing first game for Zenith here. Pebbles ending that game 26-1-17. I think that may be the most the words are eluding me, man. The most thrilling display of Pebbles domination we've seen this side of the Mississippi. I mean, just wow. Absolutely wow. Shampoo King, as you said, so properly, Min, is the king of this game.
Yes, definitely. We can see he is really the Shampoo King, and he can kill anyone he wants. So, wow, really well played there by Pebbles. He's really out of control, and yeah. Well played there, Team Focus.
Yep.
Yep.
Very nicely played.
Alright. Alright, so we will take a 5 minutes break from here and we will move on to the next game. So tune in, guys, and stay tuned later.
Don't bring me down. 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 Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Begun, 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 begun. me down. Don't bring 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 me down. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down.
Yep. Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen. So right here we have the project Smackdown, and here's game number 2, Impunity versus Team Focus. So from the previous game we see that Team Focus actually stand up against Team Zenith that we have all long waited. The almighty team in Dota 2 actually invaded Horn, but unfortunately we see that Shampoo King really plays a really strong pebbles and got immortal streak down there, and well, he just one-shot anyone from the team. So well, we have game number 2 right here. So Impunity, currently Singapore top number 1 versus against Team Focus, an Indonesian team. So yeah, how's your feeling, Zari?
Well, I'm feeling very well. Of course, the format tonight or today is such that both Impunity and Zenith will face off against 3 different teams. So we just saw Zenith lose to Team Focus. Now we're going to see how Impunity fares against this Indonesian team. And then we're going to have 2 more of the same kind of style here coming up after this match. So it's actually really interesting. It's an interesting way to get a feel for the skill level of Impunity and Zenith without them actually having to play each other yet. You know, that's sort of what we're building up to here. But seeing how they fare against these other teams is actually rather interesting. So I'm pretty excited. I'm also excited to see Pebbles here in that blind band pool. So unfortunately, Shampoo King not going to get that same hero that he got in the last match.
Yeah, that's definitely right. So on the other hand, Hellborn, which is Team Focus, actually led a ban onto WoW Soul. So we know that Impunity has a member that plays a good WoW Soul, which is AV Leska. So his hard lane WoW Soul is really good, and he just used the bear and pulled the creeps to the lane, which is like it's really cool, and it just bypassed a tri lane really well if it's against a tri lane. So well, WoW Soul, and I heard that you really like WoW Soul in competitive scene, right?
Yes, I love Wild Soul Min. Thank you so much for bringing that up. He is so good. And last game, of course, not seeing any of the junglers hard banned was maybe a little bit surprising, but Wild Soul and Keeper make a lot of sense. And Meraxis as well, one of those heroes that we've talked about quite a bit now. What I'm really excited about is seeing Scout in that locked pool, because we've actually seen Scout. The last tournament we covered, we saw a Suicide Scout that worked quite well. We've also talked about Scout being kind of an anti-carry because of that disarm, and of course it does propagate to illusions as well. So we've seen all sorts of crafty things with Scout, and I would be excited if this would be another game we could add to the list.
Yeah, that's right. So let's look at the lock pool so far, and we have Scout, Witch Slayer, Aluna, Tundra, War Beast, and there's one more. And there's a Tundra lock. So I really like Tundra, and this hero is like in Horn to me actually it's like equivalent to Map Hack, which has the bird, and the bird can actually scout really well under like the hands of Moonmender, who is really a good Tundra player. He can really scout throughout the game and can look up for engage and stuff like that. And
yeah,
a good Tundra player is really scary. And not to say the Avalanche is it bypassed Stronger Head even. So it's really a good hero. Speak of that.
Yep, we've talked about Tundra quite a bit. No surprise to hear you excited about some Tundra action. The issue, though, as you mentioned, he's a high skill cap hero. You need someone on your team that can handle that hero, that can handle the micro with the Call of the Winter. As you mentioned, the bird. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's like Map Hack, but a point taken loud and clear. And like you said, it gives 1400 clear vision range. So that is pretty damn good. He's a mobile ward, and he's even a little stealthy. So should be interesting. Other locks all kind of make sense here. We've seen Witch Slayer Timer 2, but War Beast, you know, he may very well just be kind of one of those troll locks that gets thrown in there. But yeah, I would love to see some War Beast action, man.
Yeah, same as well. War Beast is really strong hero. So I have been playing some Scrim games these few days, and War Beast really works out really fine in terms of carrying or pushing. He really fits in this role that he really can carry, and he really can push really well for both roles. So War Beast, it's like a team game as well. He depends on teammate and not just alone, because if the opponent is able to lock down War Beast, he's really useless. I can say, like, if they manage to land a crowd control on War Beast, he can't really get any kill, and all he have to do is go to the pushing rule instead.
Yeah. Yep, that's certainly a good thing to point out as well. Banning phase is now complete, and they are going to be as follows: Fade, Magebane, Dark Lady, Bubbles, Draconis, and Ophelia. And I guess really not too much to say about those bans here. They're pretty straightforward, and every single one of them makes a lot of sense in my book.
Yeah, that's right. So we see the support Fade as well, and Fade is the support Fade. It seems like it's not really efficient, but really the ultimate is really good because it has a large vision. It's not as large as the previous Fade, but it's still good enough that he can pass through trees and manage to backstab anyone and just land the kill down there. So it works fine that as a support because he can do this and let the carry get the kill instead of Fade landing the last hit. So well, and his stun is really irritating and is strong as hell, especially against Magebane. So I really love Fade support, but it's banned right here, so yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So, pardon me, Wretched Hag going to be the first pick here, followed up by Polywog Priest and Amphora by Focus. So to start us off, again, the pick's looking pretty straightforward. First pick, Wretched Hag. Is interesting. Of course, she's a very powerful hero, but not generally one we see first picked. Polywog Priest may have been my first choice, perhaps, but you know, Polywog and Amphora, and I also wonder, what are they going to pair with this Amphora? Could this possibly be an Amphora Armadon combo coming our way?
Yeah, and Nymphora can actually pair up with a lot of heroes like Emerald as well, because if Nymphora and Emerald is at one lane, he can just keep spamming their Hunters of Command, and it's like so irritating where once it's off cooldown, the oof will come out. Yeah, so that's it. So we see a Polywog Priest here, so frog legs again. Hopefully we see a Deadwood.
Yeah.
The Deadwood is like craving for the frog legs again in this game.
Yeah, very well could be. The last time we saw Polywog Priest, indeed, it didn't quite go so well for the frog. We'll see. Glacius Forsaken Archer. Going to be a scary lane duo here, picked up by Impunity. And we've seen that lane duo before in the past. Of course, the sure stun, or sure immobilize, I guess, from Glacius with the Ice Imprisonment, as well as the slow from Tundra Blast, makes for very easy crippling volleys for that Forsaken Archer. So that is always a scary lane duo. I'm sure Archer will have a good time. They could even try lane, depending on what they grab out of this locked pool. If Impunity could get their hands on, say, and a Luna Tundra, maybe a Witch Slayer Tundra, they could very well try lane this and have two very scary solo lanes. Might not be a bad choice here, Min.
Yep, that's right. So a Predator pick up, and wow, I emphasize that how I hate Predator so much, because this hero, he really farms really slow, and he needs his item. But nevertheless, in laning phase, he's really good because of the leap, where he can set up kills with his supporters quite easily. That's the only advantage I can see with Predator. Otherwise, I think that Predator is not really a strong carry. There are much more potential carries compared to Predator, and we see a Tundra pickup here, so it's a direct counter to Predator.
Yep. And yeah, that's a good point as well. Warbeast, Witch Slayer are going to be the two to get picked up, so they could grab this Aluna. And my prediction about Impunity very well may come true. I can't imagine that they don't grab the Aluna here. Such a powerful tri-lane. So, and they get Magmus. Wow. I'm shocked, man. I would imagine they're still probably going to tri-lane in the same way, but I definitely would have gone for the Aluna if the roles were reversed.
Well, yes, I agree with you, because one thing that Aluna, it's a range support, but well, they already had the Glacier, so it's good to get Magmus, because Eruption can actually work well with Forsaken Archer's combo. So Yeah, I like the Magmus pickup, but a Luna is also not that a bad choice. So they can choose within Magmus and a Luna. So I think they prefer Magmus than a Luna. That's the main reason.
Yep. So the point you made about Predator earlier is that Tundra does counter him quite effectively, and War Beast as well, countered by Tundra. The thing about War Beast, he's kind of a one-hit wonder with that metamorphosis. Once he pops the ultimate, he is scary and deadly for about 16 seconds. After that, he really doesn't bring too much to the table other than pushing, as you mentioned earlier. So if they can secure an avalanche onto War Beast when he has that ultimate activated, those are valuable seconds that he's not out doing damage, getting crits, maximizing on that capped out attack speed in the ultimate form. So I love that Tundra pick. Hopefully Avi here is up to the challenge of playing Tundra and shows us kind of what he's all about. Looks like there is going to be a tri-lane though, as we were talking about, so it is going to work out kind of the same way that we predicted, but with a Magmus instead of an Luna. I imagine Tundra will find his way to the mid lane, and that does leave us with Wretched Hag in the solo short lane here for the Legion.
Yeah, that's right. So, well, Wretched Hag, this hero can really solo a suicide lane as well as a safe lane. So if you put Wretched Hag at a safe lane, he will have much more carry potential. Will be able to get the Hell Flower and the early stronger head or such. So once Wretched Hag gets the early Hell Flower, he will be able to lock down the opponent carry hero really easily. So because he can just blink there and just silence. So once you have been Hell Flowered, you can't do anything for that few seconds except just auto attacking. So yeah, I like this strat where I don't really like where you put Wretched Hag at the suicide lane because it's wasting of potential. It's not like Bubbles, because Bubbles you just need to hit 6 and you can assist your teammates with the curfew and such. So yeah.
Yep, absolutely right. You know, Hag in the suicide, I sort of am on the same page with you. I don't really like it, but I understand why people do it, because she's just so damn good at that role. And the other great thing about Hag is she can make up that farm so easily. Once she hits level 8, level 9, you see a Hag just solo farm in a lane so easily. If you have that mana regen, you can just spam your Sonar Scream and easy peasy lemon squeezy, as they say. So as much as I love seeing a carry Hag in that mid lane, she does fit the suicide role very, very nicely. And luckily here she's going to be in the solo short lane and focus absolutely no interest in warding her pull. So I think the Fabled One is actually going to have a fairly easy time here down on the bottom.
Yeah, that's right. So I still can't figure out why did they pick Nymphora in this case, because Nymphora does not seem to have attack, because Witch Slayer doesn't really seem to need lots of mana down here. So, well, I have to say that maybe they won because of her teleport, because her teleport is really scary and it's the best ganking skill in Horn. So you can just teleport across the map and just land a gang at anyone at any point of time. So perhaps they just want to teleport instead. Because like I always say that Nymphora, she has everything that a support needs. She has heal, she can heal mana, and she can stun. She can teleport as well. So yeah, and I mean, well, also you can build Witch Slayer a little bit more aggressive. You don't necessarily have to go for the power drain, and if you go miniaturization and graveyard, Witch Slayer actually can blow through his mana pretty quickly. So it does fit in a little bit. All right, see in the mid lane, Pollywog's Priest, a little bit of trouble. Down he goes. Eric gonna be the one to grab that last hit. Shampoo King not gonna have the start that he's looking for here. And it's going to be a pretty easy gank. So this is sort of what I was thinking of as well. This tri-lane could easily turn into a dual roaming support, and that's exactly what happened. Speaking of dual roaming support, Wretched Hag in the bottom going to get left on. Down he goes, so that's going to level it out 1-1 here in the first 2 minutes of play. Looks like both sides being a little bit more aggressive here, man. Yeah, that's right. So well played there by Predator, actually not using the lead at such an early timing, and waited for Wretched Hag actually land the blink, and after that he leaped, so to ensure the kill. So well played there really by Team Focus.
Yep, absolutely right. So I imagine Hag will play a little bit more defensively here. But, ooh, in the mid lane, Pollywog Priest going to be in some trouble again. And, yep, that's going to be the end of him, I think. One more auto attack ought to do it. Glacius going to be able to pick up that kill. Air actually going to grab the second kill for his team here. And, yep. Very nicely done. This dual roaming support strategy seems to be working very well for Impunity.
Yep, that's right. So, one thing that I like about Magnus is it's really a good roamer where he can just roam from top to mid and mid to bottom so easily. So, Magnus, this hero, and I have to emphasize, the stun is so fast that you can't even react if you have a shrunken head. So I have ever tried before with a shrunken head, and I knew that Magnus was coming for me, and I was preparing my shrunken head, but it's not fast enough. His stun is too fast.
Yeah, I mean, the Lava Surge is sort of an interesting mechanic where it isn't actually a sure stun, as we see up in the top lane. They do manage to score a kill onto War Beast. Sort of fortunate timing, nicely done though. But it's not really a sure stun, but like you said, it has such a fast cast speed and movement speed. It basically is, and that is one of the great things about Magnus for sure. And they're doing very nice. I still think they could achieve kind of a similar feel to what they're doing now if they go on with the Glacius Aluna combo instead of Glacius Magnus. But as we talked about, Magnus a very powerful hero as well. Wretched Hag in the bottom lane again, going to get taken out. So unfortunately, the Fabled One not having the best time down here. Witchslayer did go for that double disable build, and that between the slow of Predator is just a little bit too much. So even though he has Blink, not really doing too much for him. Of course, Blink does increase in range as you level it up, so having only level 1 Blink right now, or Flash of Darkness, as it's technically called, making things very difficult for Hag, though it looks like in the mid they may be able to get a little pick-me-up here, as Pollywog Priest is, well, in a little bit of a precarious situation.
Yeah, that's right. So we can see that Tundra is actually doing pretty well at middle lane. So I think that it's really good that Tundra actually lands a good farm and managed to get the early portal key, so to be able to assist his teammate in fight. Because the Avalanche can really land the kill like 100% because it goes through anything, even the stone skin for Predator. So once you get the portal key, it's really big.
Yep, that's absolutely right. Tundra, sort of similar to Pebbles on that in that regard. Portal Key makes that hero a horse of a different color, so to speak. And especially if he can get all this nice solo experience, he's going to be the first one to hit level 6 in this game. Well, I guess on par with Forsaken Archer, but still hitting level 6 very quickly is always a good thing. Avalanche as well kind of transforms that hero. I'd love to see him try and move around a little bit. Looks like they're going to be able to grab a kill in the mid lane. Avalanche going to come out, and that'll be an easy kill onto Shampoo King. Air going to be able to pick up his 3rd kill of the game. Serial killer Glacius only 5.5 minutes in. Nymphora in some trouble as well. Oh, they could have had it. Magnus would have had a Lava Surge, but unfortunately, for them at least, the mana battery used. Witchslayer going to come in. There's the graveyard stun. Magma's going to try and get his potions off, and he's going to be able to survive. Witchslayer not even going to grab an auto attack. All the while on the top lane, Forsaken Archer and having a field day in the way of farming. He's going to be able to grab a tower kill in the top lane. Still with her original starting items, Forsaken Archer with 2.2k in the bank, sitting on 35 creep kills in about 6 minutes worth of play. Man, that's pretty damn close to a perfect score. Forsaken Archer having a hell of a time up here.
Yeah, they have to know that Forsaken Archer is really free farming all the way, and they really have to take some action onto her because, well, Forsaken Archer is not really that strong because, like I said, she's really team dependent, but once she gets the item, and she really hurts pretty much, and they have to stop her, and she's really in great shape right now. So yeah, it's up to them whether they want to have it or not, because their Predator is really having a good time as well. It's not really that bad. And at the bottom lane, looks like Glacius is facing a big trouble right there. He might fall to War Beast. There you go, the last auto attack will be able to land the kill. And Ratchet Hand is also a bit trouble, but I don't think they will be in big trouble. And Avalanche cast on 41 Priest, 41 being in big trouble, followed by a creeping volley, and managed to bring down 41 Priest. So the engage still keeps going on, and looks like Predator in big trouble. He should have fought anytime soon, and last all that calculations. Yes, there you go. And Witch Slayer will be also being taken down by Forsaken Archer. Nice crippling volley down there by Ron. So well played there, Team Impunity, showing what they are made of.
Yep, that was beautifully done. That fight reminded me of the final scene of Hamlet, man. A perfectly choreographed scene, and turned out very, very well for Impunity. They didn't lose a single hero in that fight. They just seemed to have better control overall as far as engaging, re-engaging. In that fight, we saw them continually kind of back up until it was obvious that Predator had overcommitted, and then he turned into an easy kill. He went from scary, where everyone was running, to, okay, this is now a 5v1, let's gangbang Predator before we continue this fight. So very beautifully done by Impunity. And, well, they were rewarded handsomely, now leading 7-3, 8 minutes in. They're going to do a nice bit of damage to that tier 1 tower, and not going to be able to take it down quite yet, but, well, they're well on their way to a successful early game.
Yeah, that's right. So they really take their chances really tough. So they know that Forsaken Archer has their upper hand, so they immediately send 5 people down to the bottom lane and control Predator, which is a really wise decision, and I really like that decision. So you don't really want a Predator to be farmed up, because like I said, Predator, he really needs the item, and if he has the item, he can really snowball really hard, and it's like 4 hits will be able to take down any support from the team. So
yep.
Yeah, they have to control Predator really well.
Yeah, unfortunately, the issue right now for this Hellborn side is they have that kind of mid-late game carry and Predator, but the current meta is a little bit more shifted towards something like having a Tundra for that mid game, and then having a hard carry like Forsaken Archer for that late game potential. Having the all-in-one package with Predator just doesn't work so well. He's going to be great in the late game, especially if he continues up with this farm, but I'm not sure how Focus is going to survive, well, the rest of this early game, but let alone the mid game as well. This Tundra is going to start to get out of control here, man.
Yeah, that's right. So it looks like an engage ion Avalanche caught a Witch Slayer, and Witch Slayer just melted like that, as well as Nymphora. The bad luck. He got so much, and Predator is currently in pursuit by the Legion team, and that's done by Magnus, and he's gonna go down right here. There you go.
Yep.
Nice play.
That's gonna be it. Yep, I imagine this tier 1 tower in the bottom lane gonna fall. In the mid lane though, Polywog Priest, he will be able to get that ward trap off on the Glacius. That'll be a kill onto air, but Forsaken Archer gonna walk her home. The proud victor of some frog legs here, sitting 3-0-2. This Forsaken Archer, man, he's just taken off. Look at that GPM chart for a second, and that really tells a convincing tale about how far ahead Impunity is. Forsaken Archer, sub 500 GPM right now, just in fantastic shape. Forget about the late game. I mean, he's going to be a mid-game carry at this point.
Yeah, that's right. So, well, not to say that Predator, when he's farmed, he really has the chance, but he has to remember that they have a Tundra, so Predator will be stopped no matter what because of the Avalanche. So they have to feed early kills to Predator and make him fat as soon as possible, because right now Tundra already has the portal key. So it's really, really bad for Predator, because Tundra can just roam around, and if he spots Predator, he will just inform his teammate, and they will just go ahead and kill Predator straight. No second words, because Nymphora and Witch Slayer is now sitting at level 4. Okay, right now level 4 is really low. He can just be burst down by a Ratchet Hag with just a bad blast and the stream. So I don't think the support will be a big issue.
Yeah, definitely. Tundra does have his portal key now, so that really is kind of the turning point. And Wretched Hag making a bit of a recovery as well, now up to, let's say, about 230 GPM or so. And they are going to be able to grab this tower in the bottom lane, so that is going to help out a little bit. And actually, AV going to be able to grab that tower kill. There we go. Avalanche going to be used on Nymphora. That's going to set up the initiation. Follow-up not going to be there, though, and they're going to disengage. Not going to walk into the rest of the Hellborn side. I think the right call from Impunity, as they play this one safe.
Yeah, that's right. So, well, actually the nice intention engaged by Tundra, but not be able to follow up quickly by the teammates. So I think they dropped the intention. So, well, at least a good try. They managed to get a glimpse onto Nymphora with the Shiva or the Ward. I'm not really sure. I think it's the bird.
And also we got to keep a good eye on Ron here, playing that 3-0-2 Archer, above 500 GPM now. He's almost got a nullstone here, man. I mean, I don't know the ideal timing for a nullstone, but he's working on like 14 minutes or something. That seems ridiculously fast to me.
Yes, definitely, especially on a hero like Forsaken Archer, it's ridiculously fast. I mean, if he had an early nullstone, he can really protect him a lot, like from Polywalk East or so there's an angle going on the top, so a piercing arrow onto
That felt good.
Walk East, so that's the kill. Well played down there.
Yep, so we're gonna see this tier 2 tower in the top lane fall, no problem. And Impunity really just asserting their dominance at this point. The GPM chart continuing to skew in their favor. And yeah, Forsaken Archer, there's just no slowing her down at this point. That is the nullstone on the courier. So that is, yeah, gonna be about a 14-minute nullstone, 13.5, something like that. I think usually a 20-minute nullstone is considered pretty quick. So, you know, 13, 14 minutes is just absurd. Even Tundra, I mean, he's had this portal key for a couple minutes now. He's got enough for the steam boots. Impunity, man, they're showing us what they're made of.
Yep, definitely right. So Magnus is really close to his portal key, so that's the key point of the game. So once Magnus reached the portal key mark, he would land eruption without any issue. So to ensure like a successful eruption, and that's really the turn point of the game.
Yep. So at this point, let's see what Warbeast is up to. He's been a little bit quiet this game, sitting 1-2-0. And he does have his Abyssal Skull complete, so I guess that's good news. But unfortunately, Warbeast just hasn't really been able to do much. And, you know, I said as sort of in the drafting phase, it'd be interesting to see a Warbeast. But all in all, he hasn't really had a big impact on this game. If you're going to go pushing Warbeast, you kind of want to make something happen earlier. If he's going to do a carry Warbeast, I don't know. He may be a little bit too far behind at this point to really carry. We will see. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how Warbeast fits into their strategy. I guess with Polywog Priest, they do have some pushing synergy, though unfortunately they've only been able to grab that tier 1 in the mid lane thanks to the Polywog boards. But it looks like we may see something heat up here around the tier 2 in the top lane.
Yeah, so it looks like they are trying to plan out something, but I'm not really sure. So I think they just gonna push the tier 2 tower right here at the bottom lane while they using the bird. They scout out an opportunity to catch anyone from the map. So that's why I like Tundra, because of the bird. He can like just scout. It's like a mobile ward, like what you have mentioned, and it's really good. I really like good Tundra players.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw him taking out that ward there, just utilizing that bird to the fullest extent. And of course using Curl as well. He does do a nice little bit of damage and helps in the pushing. He has the passive slow, so again, all reasons as to why Tundra is a high skill cap hero. Up in the top lane, a lot of pressure coming on that tier 1 tower. Archer going to be able to throw the ulti. May have been well advised to wait a little bit longer. Could have just secured a deny on that tier 1 tower, but perhaps figures there's so little aggression coming out from Focus that if they just leave it up, perhaps it won't get pressured again for some while. But could have scored a tower deny there, no doubt. I don't know if we mentioned this as well, but Magnus does have his portal key now also.
Yeah, so Magnus has his portal key right now, so he will be able to land his eruption without any problem, I assume. So it really helps his teammates a lot, and I think they are really ready to make this push. So hopefully they will be making a push soon, I guess.
Yeah, well, they are out of tier 2 towers to take, so I imagine they may be. I mean, it's going to be one of these situations where they're going to have to catch somebody. Although Impunity is really far ahead, they're going to fall into this trap where it's pretty difficult to actually break into the base, and we've seen teams fall into this kind of conundrum quite a few times in the past. And they may very well just continue farming for the next 5 or 10 minutes here before they feel comfortable breaking in, of course, unless they can manage to grab a kill. They do have wards on both plateaus here, so maybe they can catch somebody up near the top lane.
Yeah, that's right. So as you can see that right now they are really like looking for opportunities, and so once we have the opportunities, Tundra is actually non-stop using the burst to actually scout out for opportunities. It's really a good play down there, and I think they are finding a chance, and it looks like after this, and they're gonna go for a push, no reason not to.
Yep, absolutely, especially with that initiation tower on both Tundra and Magnus. If they can land a good eruption, should be a pretty easy team fight. Archer did pick something up here, does a firebrand, and just another courier. That's going to be a mighty blade coming his way. So down goes Kongor, and AV actually going to be the one to grab the token here, as well as the Kongor kill. So that will be a second life for Tundra, and Glacius now going to grab his Astrolabe as well. So I think you're exactly right, man. Really no reason for Impunity not to push in at this point.
Yeah, that's right. So they had the initiation power, and they already had their item, the core item, so there's no reason for them to delay the game anymore. And they should end it as soon as possible, because once Warbeast gets out of control, it's really hard to stop him as well as Predator. So we can see right here, Warbeast is actually making a push at the bottom lane, and Impunity is like gathering at the middle lane, knocking down right at their main door. So I think they are really wanting to trade the towers down here. So,
yeah, well, this is exactly what a Warbeast should be doing in this situation, trying to force something out. What they need to do, though, is either go back and defend or capitalize on the 5v4 they have right now. If they can force and engage, they can make something happen. They simply have the numbers advantage. And they're doing sort of the right thing by chipping away at this tower, but they're just wasting precious time. Warbeast is going to be able to grab this tier 2 tower kill, and now he's either going to have time to fresh into tier 3 or port back. So Impunity is quickly losing this window of opportunity. And here we go. They're going to push in. This very well maybe the tower kill. If there's a glyph up, now is going to be the time to burn it, I think. Nope, not going to go. Tower going to fall. Warbeast just getting to the tier 3. Of course, pushing advantages in favor of the Legion. They're going to hit the naked racks. They're not choreographing this as well as they need to be, though. They're going to get initiated on. Polywog Priest going to throw down the boards. Not going to trap. Avalanche going to come down. That'll be the end of Polywog Priest. Ward's still doing a lot of damage. Witch Slayer going to blow an ulti. Not going to finish anyone off. Warbeast going to port back. Impunity going to be able to come out ahead here. The racks are still alive, though. They can secure another kill. That would be fantastic. Predator going to jump in. That very well may be the end of Tundra. Crippling volley would have connected. Unfortunately, Stone High goes up. Before it's going to fall, though. Tundra going to pop back up thanks to that token. Forsaken Archer caught in the tongue tie. Is it going to be enough damage? No! He's going to be able to get away with just a sliver of hit points. Warbeast is going to be forced to turn on the Hag. Going to be able to blink down Impunity. Still yet to lose anyone. Pardon me for being a bit cynical about their choreography. Very nicely done. They're going to keep everyone alive. They're going to back out. Not going to be able to secure the racks, but they're going to take that team fight with flying colors. Now 15-4, 20 minutes in.
yes, that's right. So even though Tundra lost token, and they really in a good shape right now. So 14k gold deficit, and it's 15-4. So wow, Impunity really in great shape right now. So I think that they really need to like catch off 1 or 2 heroes before they make a push. If not, it's really hard for them. At the bottom lane, Nymphora with Predator actually managed to take down Forsaken Archer down there. So that's what I meant by the teleport. I mean, you can teleport across the map and just pick off anyone if you are not attentive enough. So the power of Nymphora.
Yep, well, that is absolutely right, sir. And part of the issue with Nymphora, so hard to counter that ultimate. I know a lot of people say that Tundra is one of the counters to Nymphora because the bird gives you extended vision, and you can try and sort of curb the effect of that global ulti a little bit, but I don't really buy it as an effective counter. Nymphora is just one of those heroes that's a little bit counterless with her teleport, so to speak. And you're exactly right, but at this point, the gold difference is so extreme. The inventories, again, just tell such a strong story as to how far ahead Impunity is. The one piece of redemption, though, is this War Beast. As you mentioned, he can get out of control, and he's starting to get there. He's got that shrunken head, so that's going to make his ultimate that much more scary. Even with the avalanche to try and slow him down, there still is some potential for War Beast to really do a lot of damage here.
Yeah, that's right. So, well, War Beast has finished his shrunken head since just now, and yeah, shrunken head definitely helps him a lot. But with the shrunken head, it's not enough because his opponent still can just run off or blink off without his aid of his support. So at least he needs Basher and what do you call that in Horn? I can't remember. Brutalizer. It's called Brutalizer, and
that thing.
Yeah, you actually need like a mini stun and such to actually stop your opponent from running away, because Black King Bar itself is not going to be really efficient enough. And well, Predator has his integrate areas, so looks like he's going either for a Frostburn build or a Shrunken Head. So with the Mighty Blade, and well, it's a good sign that they are not that bad and far behind, I can say. I don't really like to say that they are really far behind, but at least their main farmer has their farm, so they still might stand a chance onto Impunity. Depends on how they perform in the next few engages.
Yep, absolutely. Tundra is getting somewhat close to a demonic breastplate, though, which is going to be very, very scary. War Beast working on one as well, so we'll see. If it comes down to sort of a split pushing scenario, if War Beast can secure a lane of racks, perhaps, whenever Impunity tries to break into the base, that could be their golden ticket back into this game. I think maybe even a puzzle box on War Beast might not be a bad pickup at some point here. We'll see. This is going to be one of these games, though, where I think sort of that backdooring, pushing War Beast is going to be what's scary, not really the carry War Beast. I think they can leave that to Predator. Predator has also picked up an Insanitarius, an interesting item choice. Not really a bad one, but generally an item that we see in situations where someone's kind of snowballing out of control, or if they can pick it up very, very early with an aggressive team. As a farming tool, I don't know how effective it is, and I think there could possibly are some better choices that Predator could have made. We will see Impunity pressure into the mid lane here, though. War Beast is going to pressure into the top. He's going to take out that tier 2. And mid lane of Rax taking a lot of damage. Tundra going to go straight in. Follow up from Magnus. That's going to be a kill onto Polywog Priest. Engage going to continue. Not going to be able to secure anyone else, but they will grab the melee Rax as well as the range Rax. War Beast did secure the kill on the tier 2 tower. Is going to push into the tier 3, but he's losing the race. The back Rax are going to go down in the mid. Port's going to come out, and War Beast may find himself in a bit of trouble. Nope. Going to be able to ultimate and just run away. So, things looking even more convincing for Impunity here, man.
Yeah, that's right. So one thing good about War Beast in the pushing strategy is not just because of his oofs, and it's also because of his ultimate. He can just run off really fast, even being disabled, running at full movement speed. So looks like Forsaken Archer just spotted War Beast at the top lane. So he struck the head and just hit it immediately. But here comes Tundra, but with no avalanche, so not being able to stop the teleport. And
little bittersweet there.
Yes.
Yeah, double damage on Tundra, so tempting, but not quite able to do it. So regardless, though, Tundra's finished up his demonic breastplate, and I think Impunity is just 1 or 2 pushes away from victory at this point. 16-5, 25 minutes in, they're in good shape. It's going to take a lot for them to throw away the lead they've set up. If you look at that GPM chart still, even though War Beast is farming around 375 GPM or so, it's not bad, but just not quite on par with the 560 of Forsaken Archer.
Yeah, that's right. So Forsaken Archer actually finished her Frostburn. So, and there you go. And blast off. So she's really tanky right now, and it's not easy to burst her down. So I think it's really difficult for the Hellborn team right now, because they don't really have a hero that can really snowballs really hard, and another thing is they don't have an initiator, which is like Tundra. Tundra is counted as an initiator as well as a magma. So the Hell Bombs doesn't have one right here. And if Predator actually is the one who initiates, he's really in big trouble because it's like he's leaping to Tundra and Tundra will just launch the Avalanche down there.
Yeah, well, they do have Polywog Priest, don't forget. He does have a portal key, so there is a chance at a ward trap to start this off, but that is going to be difficult. Unfortunately, Polywog Priest is so squishy right now. I think if he initiates like that, he very well may just go down. Predator going to go up a little bit too far forward. Polywog Priest going to blink in. Wards come down. Magnus going to catch a nice line stun, though. That's going to be the end of Witch Slayer and Polywog. Predator almost making it back home, and unfortunately going to get caught by an avalanche. Down he goes. Piercing Shard's going to do a lot of damage. Down goes Nymphora as well. That's going to be almost a clean sweep. Warbeast is in the bottom lane, doing some backdoor action. He's going to be able to get that tier 3 tower, but not going to be able to finish off the exposed racks. Does have the Shrunken Head on, going to try and finish it off. Actually cancels his port. Magnus with the right idea, channels the Eruption. That'll be the end of Warbeast. Beautifully done by Act there on Magnus, making the right play. I think that maybe enough to seal the deal. Witch Slayer going to pop back up here, Min, but Impunity, they very well may be able to just push for the win at this point, but of course, in true Garena style, we're going to see him just take out that bottom lane of Rax instead.
Yes, Southeast Asia rule once again, mega creep. So, wow, I really like to say well played there by Act and not using the stuns onto the creep. So, never mind about that. At the bottom lane, there's some action going on. Look like Nymphora landed the stun onto Ratchet Hag, but Shrunken Head activated, so not be able to land the kill. So, Forsaken Archer in big trouble, being pursued right now by Warbeast and Polywog Priest. So, will he be able to survive? That's the question. That's the hack, and that's the stun from Nymphora. I think he's gonna go down right here. Definitely.
But at what cost? Looks like none. I thought maybe Glacius and Hag could come in and make something happen, but unfortunately, Hag's Dove Blast is still on cooldown, and she's pretty low on mana, so they're going to head for the hills here, but still obviously a very favorable exchange, losing one melee Rax in the bottom for a victorious team fight, as well as a full lane of Rax in the top. Impunity is seriously one push away from victory at this point once they get that bottom lane. Will be mega creeps, and well, I think experience shows that you usually don't come back from mega creeps. So we'll see. Impunity just going to go back to the shop and grab a few more items here. We'll see Hag grab an Arcana, and Magnus actually going to pick up an Acolyte Staff on top of that push book. So we'll see what happens. Looks like there may be a Kongor attempt, though. Actually, there is a Kongor attempt. We'll see what happens. It is warded by our Legion team. They've got confirmation now, and they're going to be able to pose the defense. Glacius is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Initiation from Polywog Priest. He's going to get caught. Magnus is going to come in with a stun. That'll be the end of Glacius. Tundra going to throw the Avalanche. Actually going to throw it on a Wolf by mistake. There's the ultimate from Warbeast, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Hag going to be in some trouble. There's the leap from Predator. Blink from Hag. Not going to happen. That'll be a 2-0 in favor of Team Focus. They very well may be able to get Kongor here. Sloppy engage from Team Impunity, man.
Wow, yes, and that, I didn't really expect that. And wow, here comes Magnus with the Eruption. Now the 2 heroes from the Hellbourne team, but he will be able to fall at the hand of Kongor right here. So, well played by Tundra. He's still at the back, now pursuing for Witch Slayer. Will he be able to get a kill? No, there. But well played by Impunity there, even though they lost previous engage, but they still managed to get the Kongor kill right here and steal it from Team Walker. That's really good, and it's really big for Impunity. So right now they have the token, and it's time for them to make the last push and end the game.
Has been destroyed.
Yep. Absolutely right. That was such a good team fight. I think Magnus was really the MVP there, and we see the focus base has pretty much been cleaned up at this point. All those little huts and whatnot are down, and those tier 3 towers, or tier 4 towers, I should say, actually starting to take a fair bit of damage. So yeah, now that the token is in the hands of Forsaken Archer, who, by the way, has picked up a Frostwolf Skull, yeah, they're going to be able to just push this bottom lane, no problem. The great thing about Frostwolf Skull on Forsaken Archer is that it propagates to the split fire. So that's going to be a lot of slow, some great anti-carry. And anytime Warbeast is not in the ultimate form with that Shrunken Head on, he is not going to be doing much. So I love that Frostwolf Skull pickup.
Yeah, that's right. So one thing Frostwolf Skull does give slow effect to the attacker, as well as make the attacker really tank and loss of HP. So I'm really a fan of Frostwolf Skull, same as you. I really like that item, but it's really expensive. I like to say. So right here we can see that Impunity actually going for the last push at the bottom lane, and hopefully this will be the last engage and the last chance for Team Focus. If they want to win this game, they have to defend this flash, and will they be able to defend this? And that's the question, because they have the token onto 4-second archer, so it's pretty hard for them to defend.
Yep. Absolutely right. And we'll see. They're going to take their time here. They don't want to overcommit, but I mean, they're just so far ahead in items, team fight presence, everything. I mean, they could really just kind of move their way into the base, I think. Even just having a team fight with mid and top lanes pushing in will be extraordinarily difficult for Focus to try and defend. But you see Warbeast in a very aggressive position, though. He's going to try and backdoor this top lane. And it looks like he is going to go for kind of a base race, which I think Impunity is still very well suited to win right here. And they're going to go ahead and start just chipping away. Archer with the right idea, just taking some power shots. Tundra going to go straight in. The Hex from Polywog Priest, stun from N4 going to miss. Voodoo Ward's going to come down. Not going to be proper placement for Contain. Going to be able to finish off Witch Slayer. Silver Bullet going to come out, but not going to do much. Warbeast does get the tier 3 tower. Up at the top lane, a port's coming in, though. Warbeast does not have an ultimate. Glacius may actually be able to pick up a kill, but no, he's just too slow. All the while, up in the base, the engage continues. Polywog Priest going to go down, and it's looking like a massacre. Impunity in great shape. Air does manage to finish off Warbeast in that top lane. Mega Creeps do come out. The preemptive GG from Ron comes. And yeah, we're moments away from this match ending, man.
Yeah, definitely. So while I don't really know why Warbeast intends to do a backdoor down here, because he definitely knew that it's not going to be effective. Well, there's an engage going on right here. So Forsigan is a big trouble town side currently by Polywog Priest. Match DC against Forsigan Archer. So there he goes, but he's going to back with the token, and hopefully he's going to kill everyone. And the eruption is coming from Magnus. Wow, big eruption down there, and the crippling volley from Forsaken Archer will be able to bring down Shampoo King, which is Polywog Priest. So well played there, and really nice eruption down there. But if Forsaken Archer has the crippling volley and the piercing arrow, it's going to be a quad kill. I really think.
Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate. He was just a little bit late on the volley there and would have been able to grab a few more kills. So Mega Creeps are out, but we will see Focus be noble defenders here until Impunity can push in for the final win.
Yeah, so I think it's just a couple of minutes more before this game is going to be an end. So, well, for those who just tune into this stream, it's the Smackdown, Project Smackdown, and it's from Garena Honsi. So we have Team Focus against Impunity right here, right now, and currently it's 28-11. So the upper hand goes to Team Impunity, which has already wrecked Team Focus base. So it's a few minutes more before the game ends, and yeah.
Yep, absolutely. It takes pretty much full resources to try and defend Mega Creeps, and even with your team back here, you can still kind of get overrun just because they hit so damn hard. 100 to 100 damage. It's twice that of the super or the slightly beefier creeps. But yeah, even with everyone in the base, the structures are going to go down. So barrier idol going to be used, and the final tier 4 going to fall. Shrines exposed, and yeah, this will be the last fight of the game. Hag going to come in. They're going to be able to grab a few kills here. Down goes Witch Slayer, down goes Predator, and then down goes the Sacrificial Shrine. GG, Impunity going to be able to take it over Focus.
Legion wins.
Yep, so really GG, well played, and really well played by Team Impunity, and they really show us what they made of, and currently they are really doing very well, and yeah, good plays.
We'll take 10 minutes for the announcement.
Okay, so we will take 10 minutes break from here. So stay tuned to us, and we will be back shortly to the next game. So it will be Team Zenith once again. So stay back and wait.
Don't bring me down. Don't Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Begun, 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 begun. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me me down. Don't bring 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 me down. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Begun, 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 begun. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me, don't bring me,
Trial. Trial.
Alright, so guys, welcome back to Project Smackdown. So this is game number 3, and
Trial.
yeah, so it's gonna be Team Zenith against Team Friend Forever. Wow, I never really heard about them, but this seems like such a nice name. I really like it. So yeah, so a self-introduction. I'm Min down here, and joining me is Zari. So hi Zari, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, though. Unfortunately, if the game is up, I'm not in it.
Trial.
Did it start already?
Oh, yep, they started already.
Yeah, I never got an invite. So I'm excited nonetheless, though.
Zari is not in the game. Alright, so we're going to remake the game, and yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't think I ever got it. I was sitting here waiting for the invite, wondering when we were going to start. So sorry, I guess I should have spoken up. My mistake, man.
Alright, so we're going to back, and we wait for Zari to actually come into the game. So the game will be remade, and well, a short moment, guys, and we'll be back soon.
Trial. 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 Trial.
What?
Because the
Trial.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Alright, welcome back guys. So sorry for the delay, and well, we have game number 3 here. So it's Team Zenith against Friend Forever. So after I saw the attack and I realized who are they, and yeah, so it's them, and they're going to go against Zenith. And right here I have Zari with me. So hi there, Zari.
Hello, Min. How are you feeling here coming into game number 3, buddy?
Yeah, so I'm really excited once again because I really want to see some big plays by Team Zenith, and I really respect them a lot. So I'm considered a fan of them, and perhaps they might be able to surprise me with some big plays at the end, because they said that they're keeping the best for the last. So hopefully they'll show us something in this game. So yeah,
I hope so. I really hope so, man. You know, that last game, letting that Pebbles get so out of hand was a little bit disappointing. And part of it, you know, I feel like there are some things that Zenith will be doing throughout this entire Project Smackdown that we can attribute to just simply being Dota players, you know, or maybe they don't understand how powerful a Han-only hero could be. But Pebbles is a hero that comes from Dota. You know, of course, Tiny and Pebbles are almost exactly because the passive is now a little bit different, but the general gist of the hero is very similar. So they know full well what can happen if you let a Tiny or a Pebbles kind of get free farm, get a couple of early kills, and if you let him get a 19-minute immortal, well, you're going to be having a bad time. So hopefully they draft a little bit more of a cohesive team this time. I'd love to see them at least grab a team that has some carry potential, you know. In that last match, it was pretty clear they were up against a Dark Lady, and when you're losing the laning phase against a team with a Dark Lady, it's always a little bit scary. So we'll see what they do here. This draft looks sort of interesting.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So well, I have to point out that when Dota players, they actually comes to Han, so most Dota players, they will choose Dota heroes like Pebbles, Glaciers, and Magebane, stuff like that. So they will try to like maximize, because they already used them before in Dota, so it might be easier for them to use it in Horn as well. So I would like to take a point out that actually you should try the new heroes, because some of the S2 heroes are really strong and useful, and one of them is like the Dark Lady. He's so powerful and such a strong carry. Well, so there are much more potential heroes we have yet to find out, like Draconis. Draconis is also one of them. So yeah.
Well, that's a good thing to point out. Draconis still on the board is a very scary hero at that, and it's sort of interesting to look at the blind bans. Ophelia Polywog Priest from Friend Forever, but Team Zenith going to go with a Luna Myrmidon, 2 S2 heroes that they don't want to do. Interesting that they throw the blind ban out on Myrmidon, because he is not a hero that I consider to be very strong right now, and I can't think of too many situations where I'd be like, you know what, we're losing this game because they have a Myrmidon. That's just not something I've ever really said to myself. So seeing him as a blind ban just seems a little bit interesting, but you know, sort of, I guess, per usual for some of the games we've been casting recently, a lot of junglers still on the field, are still in the pool, so to speak. Ophelia has been banned out, but other than that, they have kind of their pick of the litter. Well, I guess Parasite was actually the last ban as well, but very well could see a Keeper of the Forest here, or a Tempest as well. Oh no, pardon me, Tempest was banned out, so I'll take that back. There actually are a fair amount of junglers banned. I missed the Tempest ban. So Wild Soul is on the board though.
Tundra.
And Tundra.
So Wild Soul is actually on board, as well as Keeper of the Forest. That's really good thing to point out. So we often see Keeper of the Forest oftenly banned, and there's not much chance to see actually a team perform with that hero. So I would really like to see a Keeper of the Forest, because well, Keeper of the Forest, it reminds me of Wild Soul long lane, because with the creep you can actually you spawn your trees and you can actually pull the creep. So in another sense, Keeper of the Forest can also play as a hard lane as well. So just like a Wild Soul, but maybe not as effective, because his trees are not really as tanky as Boo Boo. So Walso is definitely the better choice, but well, Keeper of the Forest, when it comes to engage, definitely is more useful than Walso.
Yep. So Soul Stealer going to be picked up here to complement the Tundra pick for Team Zenith. They're going to go for Electrician as well. That's a hero I haven't seen in quite some while, but they've already now got 3 heroes that require so much farm. These are really 3 solo heroes. So that makes me wonder a little bit, what is Zenith going to do? Who do we have in the locked pool? Well, we don't have anyone that is a jungler, and kind of low on hard supports as well. I mean, they could easily pick up Torture or Magnus here for kind of a dual roaming support, but you really kind of want all 3 of these heroes solo. And that does raise a couple of questions, and they're probably going to be forced to leave Pebbles open, which is kind of unfortunate. Pebbles on this Legion team is going to be scary, man. I don't know. I think Zenith may have backed themselves into a drafting corner here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So I don't think they will be able to pick Pebbles right here, because it will actually screw up their lineup, because they already had a Soul Stealer and a Tundra. So these 2 heroes really needs to solo and needs a level capacity. So well, they also have to take note that they already have 3, if they're going to pick the last melee, they will have 3 melee heroes, whereas for the Legion team, they have already 4 range. So it's really big when it comes to laning issues, where you have too much melee heroes and you can't farm because your opponent is full of range heroes. So that's one thing to consider as well. So it looks like they pick up a Magnus that makes a 3 melee hero for the Hellborn team.
Yeah, well, I'm not so concerned about the 3 melee heroes, but they just don't have that lane presence. They don't have a lot of great combos. They've really got 3 solo heroes, so they're going to be almost forced into putting Torture Magnus in that roaming role. I mean, they may... I can't even imagine they're going to try and set up dual lanes here unless they wanted to do a tri-lane with Soul Stealer. That is one thing they could do. They go solo Tundra and solo Electrician, kind of a suicide Electrician perhaps, or even a solo mid Electrician, suicide Tundra, and then a tri-lane with Soul Stealer in the close lane. That is an option for Zenith here, but still, they're going to be hard-pressed to pull that off. Their lanes are just not going to be as powerful. I want to take a moment here to also talk about Soul Stealer, because in Dota 2, his equivalent Shadow Fiend, the Nevermore, has been buffed big time recently, and some changes that I'm actually a pretty big fan of as far as his ultimate. It blows up when he dies. All those souls that you lose blow up in your face, so you can kind of do a double ultimate type thing. Soul Stealer, not quite so beefy, and he really just does not fit into this current Han metagame, especially against the kind of aggressive roster that Friend Forever has. I mean, they have just so much damage. Silhouette's going to be so strong in this game. They've got Pyromancer for all that burst damage. Andromeda and Glacius, both extremely powerful supports and can be super aggressive, and even Bubbles. I mean, he fits into those aggressive magic damage lineups as well. And I also like this from Friend Forever, because we saw in that last game where Pebbles got out of control, no one from Team Zenith bought Mystic Vestments. Of course, in Dota 2, the Mystic Vestment equivalent, the Cloak, 15% magic resistance, is 550 gold. So much less frequently in Dota 2 do you see people just picking up the Cloak for the magic resistance and then throwing it away. Whereas in Han, it makes much more economic sense to just grab an early Mystic Vestments for 400 gold, get that +5 magic armor, and then just throw it away later once you need the inventory space. So this may have been Friend Forever doing some homework here and hoping to capitalize on the fact that Team Zenith doesn't seem to be too keen on Mystic Vestments.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and I totally agree with you with the Soul Stealer picked up, because in Horn, I think that it's really important that if your hero possess at least one escape mechanism, where Soul Stealer does not even have any. So besides, he's a really squishy hero, which is really very easy to die. So the moment he's been ganked, he's dead. There's no way he can escape unless his teammates help him out. So I don't really like Soul Stealer, but of course the Demon Hands is really powerful under a hand control. So looks like there's a Bloodlust going at the mid lane. There you go, Soul Stealer with Bloodlust. by Andromeda and Pyromancer. Looks like Andromeda is a big trouble right here, and Electrician might be able to let the last hit onto Andromeda. There you go, but Pyromancer will be able to get double tap onto Electrician as well.
And up in the top lane, Bubbles in a little bit of trouble. He's going to go down. So there you go, Team Zenith not laning this the way I would have thought. They're going to do a Soul Stealer Electrician dual mid. And that will mean the Torturer Magmus supports are going to be laning together. And I guess who's going to be the primary farmer up here? I guess it's going to be Torturer sitting 2-1 with this first creep wave. So this is a really interesting take. They're going to go with a farming Torturer and I guess a support Electrician. But, oh, man. Electrician really doesn't shine in this kind of support role. Electrician is so much better in a solo lane where he can pick up a lot of farm and kind of snowball out of control himself. As a support, he's really just going to be this kind of squishy wannabe tank almost, where they're going to need him to initiate, but he's just going to be so weak. He's going to fall off so quickly to all of this magic damage. This is rough, man. Although it is tied up 2-2, not the start that Team Zenith is looking for here, just based on this lane setup.
Yeah, that's right. So if you want to pick up an Electrician, you have to be tanky, because if you're not tanky, then Electrician is not really a good choice unless you are going for his ultimate, because his ultimate is like it debuffs. So basically, if you're Hex, he casts his ultimate on you, you are immediately fine. So unless you go for the ultimate, if not, if you choose it as a tanker and you don't let it farm, then there's no point to it. It's like you choose a supporting Armadon. That's the same situation.
Yeah, that's actually a really good analogy, man. And I think you're kind of spot on with that. So the problem with this game as well is this Soul Stealer. And my question is really, where does he fit in? Now, he does synergize with Electrician a little bit, and you can sort of see what they were thinking as far as grip and then follow up with those demon hands, but they're already just so far behind. I don't think they anticipated a super aggressive double stun Pyromancer Andromeda lane to go up again. So I see the kind of synergy that they were looking for in this dual lane, but they're just not going to find that power. And this Soul Stealer, I worry that he's never really going to be able to take off. He does have 8 souls stored up, so he's going to be able to start racking up those last hits, but unfortunately, I don't know, he's going to get picked on quite a bit. Bubbles in the meanwhile, he's going to get caught again, and down he goes. So Torturer kind of having a field day up in the top lane. The one redeeming quality, I suppose you could say, for this Team Zenith roster, if you look at that gold per minute chart, Torturer the only one really in great shape. Pyromancer, I think, maybe one that may snowball a little bit in this match as well.
Yeah, well, I have to say that Torturer is better than Pyromancer, because Pyromancer scored the bloodlust, so his GPM is slightly much higher, but Torturer, based on the basic farming, Torturer is doing much better. And I have to say that if it comes to pushing, Torturer is really strong. So if you put Torturer as a supporter, it's not really good. That's why we see in here Team Zenith actually put Torturer at sort of semi-support role. So yeah, it works out fine, and I really like that, because Torturer is really a really strong hero.
Yep, and Bubbles may find himself in a little bit of trouble again here. I thought they may have been able to grab a kill. He's going to be able to walk away. Unfortunately, Bubbles is only level 1, not having a good time in that suicide lane. And in the mid, Soul Stealer, that's going to be the end of his days, I think. A few more auto attacks. Andromeda going to overcommit, though. It's going to make it a 1-for-1, but at least he's able to grab a kill. Kind of a sloppy play there from Andromeda, but still, Pyromancer are going to be 3-0-0 now. Going to have all 3 kills for this Legion side. Comparing the suicides, Tundra not really having a fun time either, but doing much better than Bubbles. At least he's yet to concede a death. Though I think the scariest part of this game, Min, is the fact that Silhouette is basically free farming Bubbles. Wow, going to survive with 2 hit points, I think. But yeah, Silhouette free farming away down here in the bottom lane. 21-11 in raw creep score, 300 GPM. That's going to be something scary to deal with as this game progresses.
Yeah, that's one thing good to point out, that Silhouette is actually having a free farm, but not to mention that Bubbles is still sitting at level 1, and that's not where they want it to be, because Bubbles have to reach level 6 to have the potential of ganking with the curfew. So if you don't have the curfew, it's really hard to set up ganks even though you run lane. And yeah, Bubbles should really do something at least gain some level. So looks like he hits level 2 right now, and yeah, showing some progression. So at the mid lane, they just is a bit of trouble, striking by Electrician, and here comes Pyromancer, and Soul Stealer went down. Well played there by Pyromancer at Ultimate Warrior straight right here, and looks like at the bottom lane, Silhouette managed to get a kill as well. So wow, well played there by Fram Forever, managed to get kills from mid lane as well as from the bottom lane. So really in good shape right now.
Yep, absolutely. Pyromancer, just such a great choice here. That burst damage works so well against Soul Stealer. So, yeah, I think Pyromancer is really the one that they need to be afraid of right now. I mean, Silhouette is going to be scary, no doubt, as this game continues, but Pyro is starting to get out of control, especially once he hits level 6. This Soul Stealer is just going to be so susceptible. He's absolutely nothing in the way of stats at the moment. So this is what happens when you have an aggressive Pyromancer, and he's going to make up for this Bubbles deficit. The nice thing about Bubbles in this kind of suicide role is even if he continues to struggle, he'll be able to get some experience in these team fights. He's going to be able to make it up, and he doesn't really need to hit that level 6 mark that quickly. And you're exactly right, he is kind of useless until he gets kelp fielded. I don't know what he's doing up there, going up way too far forward where he could have afforded to be a little bit more defensive, but it looks like the ultimate bait is going to work. Double tap going to come out for Glacius as him and Andromeda roam over, so nicely done. Though Bubbles kind of playing with fire a little bit as he is walking away with red health. But now level 4, it's kind of exactly what I'm talking about. Bubbles going to start to make a bit of a recovery here.
Yeah, that's right. So Bubbles actually hits level 4, and well, he's in great shape compared to previously. So once he reaches level 6, he can actually assist his teammates across the map. And well, Silhouette is still like free farming at bottom lane, so not much action being done by Team Zenith at the moment. So at the mid lane, well, Soul Stealer is in big trouble right here. Comes the invisible Andromeda, but not to be able to stop the Pyromancer. It's too far, I can say. I'm sorry, wait, there's a cut-off voice. I think there's some technical issue. You might want to... I can't hear you, but...
Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, so I see some more easy kills coming out here. Pyromancer kind of exactly where he wants to be. And 6-0-1 now. He's just in great shape. He's having a field day. This is one of these games where it's a lot of fun to play Pyromancer because he just does so much damage compared to everyone else. And we'll see. He may be pulling up for that portal key. I'm kind of curious where he's going to go as far as item choices.
Yeah, that's right. So Pyromancer is like the hero same as Polywar Priest. When he hits the level 6 mark, he will ensure a kill with the ultimate. So yeah, and there you go. So Pyromancer is really in good shape right now, and there's an engage going at the middle lane. Electrician facing a big problem, and wow, managed to start Bubbles at the last minute, but not be able to stop his death. And nice click by Torture will be able to take down Bubbles. So Torture now in great trouble. Ice Imprisonment is going to cast, followed by the Jet of Fire off. Pyromancer will be able to finish him off. So wow, once again, Savage stick Pyromancer. That's not one you want it to be. Once he hits the portal key, and wow, easy kills again.
Yeah, so the big problem with this game is the difference in carries right now. I mean, the lead 12-7, 9 minutes in, it's not too bad. 5k gold, 3.5k experience. And we'll hold that thought for a second. Here's Tundra in the bottom lane, going to fall again. Silhouette going to be able to grab her second kill of the game and going to be able to make it out safe and sound. A couple of ports coming in, but going to be too little, too late to get a redemption kill. So the big problem, though, is in these carries, the GPM chart difference. Silhouette up around 400 GPM, who, of course, is the carry for Friend Forever. And over on the Hellborn side, Team Zenith, their carry Soul Stealer only around 140 GPM or so. And that's really going to be the big problem. I mean, right now, Pyromancer is going to serve as a great mid-game carry as he's already snowballed. But Silhouette is just going to get out of control and be an even scarier force pretty quickly here. We see in the mid lane, Torture actually doing a lot of damage of abusing those agonizing bonds. But there's a nice swap from Andro, the stun, followed up by Pyromancer. Easy kill on the Torture. That'll be a champion newer streak coming out on Pyromancer.
Yeah, definitely. So Pyromancer is really close to his portal key. So once he gets his portal key, he will be much more scarier and to be able to assist his teammate instantly. So at the mid lane, looks like Pyromancer is facing a big trouble. Electrician is going to land a kill onto Pyromancer, but here comes Bubbles with the curb field, and Electrician is in big trouble. Here comes Glacius with the ice imprisonment. So will be Electrician be able to survive? No, the Shelter will be able to take him out. And well, nice play there by Bubbles, teleporting in to assist Pyromancer to be killed, and Glacius to assist him with the kill.
And that's the big problem that I was talking about. When you have an Electrician, he really flourishes in that solo role. If he can get those early levels, kind of snowball a little bit, that would have been an easy kill on the Pyromancer. Because he's only level 5, he doesn't have that much damage output, he's not very tanky, and there's just really not much he can do. Doesn't even have the ultimate yet for that increased movement speed. So one of the reasons why we don't see support Electrician so often, because it's just really not so hot. In the bottom lane, the tier 1 tower did fall, and that does give first tower kill of the game to Friend Forever on the Legion, now leading 16-8 here about 11 minutes in. They're in great shape, man. They're getting out of control. This Torturer, who was looking good a few moments ago, was slowly starting to decline in the farm. In the mid lane, though, we see an engage on the Bubbles. The static grip going to be used. A beautiful ultimate from Glacius. Unfortunately, not enough follow-up damage. And both Magnus and Electrician will walk back to the well. Nicely done, though. That Glacius ultimate doing a hell of a lot of damage. Another nice swap by Andro. So we're going to get caught. He's out of mana. And down he goes. Easy kill for the Legion. Andro going to grab that kill.
Yeah, it looks like really Friend Forever is in a great shape right now. Managed to like catch his opponent and non-stop ganking. So, well, we have to say that if you pick up the portal key, use it. If not, it's just a waste of gold. If you get Initiator on, definitely it provides no stats, nothing, no damage. So, looks like Pyromancer know this, and he's non-constantly using the portal key to its fullest potential, and that's what we want to see. So, well played there, Pyromancer.
Yep. So a tier 1 tower in the top lane did fall as well, so that is going to be a little bit of a gold boost for Team Zenith. They were able to fend off the push in the mid lane. One of the problems with Friend Forever here is they really don't have a lot of pushing power. They don't really have a great, really nobody on their team brings much to the table in the way of pushing, but it doesn't really matter. They're just winning in raw creep score as well as hero kills by such a large margin at this point that, well, their hero levels are sort of enough for them to have some pushing power. We're going to see initiation in mid lane, though, a bit of an overcommitment. There's some of that team fight presence from Team Zenith. We'll see if Pyroman can survive. He's going to be up, and yeah, he's going to blink away. 2 for nil exchange. Very nicely done, though.
Yeah, looks like Team Zenith actually make a comeback right here. So managed to pick up 2 heroes, Andromeda and Glacier. So it's not really a big impact for the Legion team because both are supports, but it managed to help Team Zenith to actually speed up their farming. So, well, they have to end Pyromancer streak to actually get the goal. So here comes the mass teleport. Torture had to be really careful. Here comes the pot of Pyromancer. That's the blazing strike, and he's going to fall down here. And wow, yeah, there you go. So Student will fall as well. And Magnus is in big trouble right here, and looks like he will be able to survive. Yeah, there you go, but no, Pyromancer is not letting him go. That's the missed stun. And Bubbles is in big trouble. He's going to return around, and Magnus actually picked him down. Wow, big play, Magnus. So right now, Pyromancer is in big trouble. He's going to fall down here, and well, Andromeda is not saving him, but Glacius is. He's coming here, and there's the Ice Imprisonment saving the Pyromancer from being killed. So well played there by Glacius.
Yep. Beautifully done. I don't know if that was a big play by Magnus or a small play from Friend Forever, just kind of across the board. We see Silhouette go in here. Silhouette, what are you thinking? What are you thinking, buddy? Humiliation. Ouch, that stings a little bit, man. I really don't know what Silhouette's plan was in that one.
Yeah, that's really a misplay where his teammates already back and he's still down there. So I think it's sort of loss of communication or something like that.
Yep. So, a sign of life from Team Zenith. They're not out of this yet. They've still got that Tier 1 tower, but still the GPM chart looking a little bit dismal on the Hellborn side of things. Soul Stealer still unable to really make up any kind of farm. Still on red boots, just a bottle, and gosh, man, his farm is just so far behind. I don't know if he can catch up to the Silhouette now. Unless his team really starts to pull together and get a couple more favorable fights. Silhouette almost has that null stone. And he only has his power treads. So it's just such a big disparity there. And going to be even bigger now as that Tier 1 tower in mid lane falls.
Destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Yep, that's right. As you can see at the GPM chart, 4 of the Hellborn team's members are really constant, and it's pretty equal. So it looks like Torture is the only one that stands out with the 300 GPM mark. So that's really bad because Soul Stealer does not have the farm as well as Tundra. So if Soul Stealer does not have the farm, then he won't be able to carry his team. So right now, it's really bad. His inventory is really bad compared to the Legion team. Just look at the Null Stone almost complete on Silhouette, and as well as a portal key onto Pyromancer. So engage going on onto Andromeda. Andromeda is a big trouble. Wow, a Blazing Strike able to take down Magma. So, wow, big play there, Bloodbound Strike.
Yep, gonna make it a 1-for-1 exchange. Silhouette's gonna wander her way in though. I think this fight's gonna get a lot more difficult for the Hellborn. Here we're gonna see Bubbles initiate, beautifully done. Shellster gonna do a lot of damage after the Kelp Field. Soul Stealer gonna be in a little bit of trouble. Will connect with a nice Demon Hand, but taking a lot of damage. A few more auto attacks may be enough. Electrician gonna get an electric grip, but he's gonna go down. Soul Stealer in big trouble. Shellster, maybe you have to finish him off. Nope, they want Torturer. And down she goes. Bloodbath coming out from Pyromancer. Now 12-0-3. Magma's gonna pour it in. Is he going to be able to find a kill? Nope. So Soul Stealer survives, but unfortunately, quite a few of his teammates go down in the process.
Yeah, that's right. So, well, we can see that our Pyromancer is really using the portal key at its full potential. He gives no chance to Team Zenith. Wherever have the chance, he just put in stun and Blazing Strike. So, I really like the playstyle of the Pyromancer, and this is the way you should be if you are going aggressive style, getting the portal key as the first item. That's what you want to do. So it looks like Pyromancer is going for a Hellflower right here with the first staff we can see. So at the bottom lane, Bubbles, it seems that he's a big trouble, but he's able to shout himself away, and he'll be safe from now.
Yep, absolutely right. So you're right though, Pyromancer gonna work on a Hellflower, and that's gonna be scary, no doubt. Silhouette gonna finish up her Nullstone. That's gonna make it about an 18-minute Nullstone or so, which is a nice time. The bottom lane, we can see Eyes get taken out in kind of a 1v3 situation. Fortunately, Tundra and Torture are just a little bit too far back, or perhaps Magnus is just a little bit too far forward. Regardless though, he ends up getting taken out. Up in the top lane, Electrician trying to go toe-to-toe with Pyromancer. He's one hit away. I don't know why Pyro didn't portal key up and just finish him off. That was a free kill right there. He's just going to let him walk away. So Electrician going to get a hall pass here. He's going to get a little stroke of luck and whittle his way back to the well.
Yeah, that's right. So we can see that Bubbles actually finished his portal key, and wow, that's something big. And because I did not really expect such an early portal key, because he was doing really badly at the start, sitting at level 1 when his mid lane was actually level 8. So, well, I can say that he managed to get the portal key this early at 18 minutes mark, despite of the farm he get. He's really good, and he has done his job. He just needs the portal key, that's all. If it's better that he can get the Hellflower and assist his teammate for further engage, and yeah.
Absolutely. Bubbles has made his recovery though. He's got a portal key now also, which is a pretty big pickup. We were sort of afraid Bubbles wouldn't be able to recover in this game, and now he's actually in pretty good shape. So still on red boots, but 5-5-5. Nice recovery from how he started in this match.
Yep, so it looks like Team Zenith is going to push at the mid lane, while Team Friend Forever is going to push at the top lane. So it looks like there's going to be a trade tower down here. And Bubbles is, wow, a misstun by Magmus. Wow. Yeah, a well played there by Bubbles, managed to shout up away, and yeah.
Yep. So they do trade tier 1 for tier 1 in the bottom lane. Looks like things may be heating up as we see sort of an exchange brewing. I don't know which side is going to get the initiation here, though, man. This tier 1 tower is dangerously low. Looks like Tundra is going to be the first one to get caught, though there isn't going to be enough follow-up. He's going to survive. Magma's going to come in. He's going to get caught by the Aurora. There we go. That's going to be an easy kill onto Tundra to start things off. Things are going to continue. Andromeda going to get engaged on. There's the Kelp field coming out, and ouch. Pyromancer finally goes down. Silhouette's going to come in. That'll be the end of, well, Electrician and Soul Stealer in tandem. Magnus looking like he may fall here as well. Torture also in a little bit of trouble. I don't know which way it's going to go, man.
Okay, so Torturer, I think he will be able to get a kill on Andromeda, but no Silhouette will be here there to assist Andromeda. Well played there by Silhouette. And yeah, looks like Magnus is in big trouble right here, and he will be able to stun away, and that's fine. So looks like there's still engage going on, and someone is pursuing purple and orange, but I think he dropped, so Tundra not be able to follow up with that. So yeah, well played there by it's a good trade, but more or less Silhouette get the kill and he finishes now so with the portal key, so he's really fat right now. So I think he will be able to snowball really hard in this game as for now, because it's 20 minutes in with a Now Stone and a portal key. It's pretty early, I can say. And look at the inventories of the Hellborn team, it's not really that good. So Team Zenith looks like they're going to farm more for their inventories and pick up a fight with the Silhouette. If not, they will not be able to have a match against the Silhouette. And right now, Soul Stealer is slowly picking up his farm, finishing the Steam Boots and with the Mighty Blade. So hopefully he will be going for the Stranglehead build and finish off the Stranglehead. So definitely it will help him out a lot, because there's so much stuns and CCs coming out from the Legion team. So definitely a Stranglehead will be useful for this game, no doubt about that. So it looks like there's an engage going on as the Ancient Creed. So Tundra is a big trouble right here. There's the Blazing Strike from Pyromancer, and we'll be able to take our kill from the Tundra. So looks like Team Friend Forever going to back off, but Andromeda got caught by Electrician, and there's the Bubbles initiation followed by the Pyromancer, and there's a Massacre, and there's the Magma's ulti, but not be able to do anything at all. That's a 5-5. 5-0 trade and a genocide for Team Zenith. Wow.
Things looking a little bit rough for them now. 32-14, 22 minutes in. Sort of the team fight power of this Friend Forever lineup. Yeah, they're just in great shape now, man.
Yes, definitely they are in great shape, and they just want to engage without dying even a single member. So that's really huge. And look at the gold deficit is 17k. So it's 22 minutes in. So that's really huge.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I don't know. I'm thinking in my head, what can they do to start to make a recovery here? And the problem is really just in the carry difference. And this is part of the issue with Soul Stealer. Once he falls off, it can be really hard to bring back enough farm to get him on par with Silhouette. You know, Silhouette is just really taking control of this game. We see you're able to be so aggressive now using that tree grapple and portal key combo to the fullest possible usage, I guess you could say. Now sitting level 16 with another 3k in the bank. I think it's safe to say that Soul Stealer has gotten out-carried this game.
Yes, definitely he got out-carried, because like I said, Soul Stealer totally has no escape mechanism, so he will not be able to get any farm at all, because most of the Legion team, they will get portal key, no doubt about that. So looks like there's engage going on. Pyromancer is in big trouble, but Tundra will be the one to fall first. So Silhouette is so bad hurt, and he hurt so much down there. And Magnus will be able to survive there, no doubt. They are not pursuing on him, so they're going to do a little bit of push right here. So yeah, what I have said just now, for the Legion team, they really have like 3 portal keys on their hero. So Soul Stealer has no escape mechanism at all. So a portal key engage will be able to bring down Soul Stealer easily.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of what we've been seeing here. We're going to see another engage happen. Magnus is going to go into Lava Surge. Unfortunately, he's going to get dropped in a matter of seconds afterwards. Blazing Strike going to come out onto Electrician. Codex now in the inventory of Silhouette going to try and finish off Electrician, but they're just not going to have the damage. He is the only one with the Mystic Vestments on Team Zenith. So some of that theory crafting we were talking about, Min, not going for the Mystic Vestments, the difference between the Cloak in Dota versus the Vestments in Han. It seems their strategy worked pretty well. No magic armor, no one working on a barrier idol, and unfortunately that leaves Team Zenith just so susceptible to all this burst damage.
Yes, I have to agree that Mystic Vestment definitely make a lot of difference, especially for those heroes that will not be instantly take out. So it really makes a lot of difference, that magic armor, the additional magic armor, just for 400 gold. So why not? It's just 400 gold and it might save your life in some engages. So especially Pyromancer, the Blazing Strike is so pain and the damage is so high. So it will reduce like 150 to 200 damage. So it's really save a lot of HP for you. Why not? It's just 400 gold.
Yep. I absolutely agree with you. Magnus has actually picked up his vestments as well. So I guess they're getting there. I can't help but feel like this may be too little too late at this point. Kind of want to get those vestments a little bit earlier before their team gets out of control. I mean, Pyro's 15, 1, and 8. So I don't know. Just probably picking those up a little bit earlier would have been helpful. Torturer, you know, is sort of fallen off a little bit. It looks like he does have the Shrunken Head now complete. No, just the recipe. Okay, so that was a little bit misleading in the inventory. He's got the recipe and the Mighty Blade, but does not have the Warhammer at the moment. So Torturer's farm sort of fell off a little bit. He can be a great mid-game carry, but at this stage, just can't really go toe-to-toe with Silhouette.
Definitely right, because like you have said that Torturer, he has to keep killing. Once he falls off, like Soul Stealer, he's really hard to climb it back because he's too squishy and looks like at the end, see, Electric is going to get caught by 3 heroes from Team Friend Forever. Well played there. So yeah, he actually got caught. So at this kind of game, you really have to be really careful because you have to take in consideration of what's covered by the other team. And since you're losing all this and you don't have any outer tower left, definitely you are losing wards as well. So you have to be really careful when you are farming neutral creeps.
Yep, you're exactly right, sir. And now we're going to see what price Zenith is going to have to pay for this. The glyph going to be used on this tier 3. So a lot of initiation power. Silhouette going to blink in, not going to catch anyone with the stun, but still half damage done to the tower. And I think Friend Forever going to continue pressuring here. Yep, they might as well. They're so far ahead, they can easily keep pressuring this tower knowing that the glyph is down. They're just waiting for that opportunity for any of their 3 portal keys to hop in and make something happen. So it just feels like a matter of time here, man. Whittling away, trying to find that right engage. Will they find it is the question.
Yeah, that's the question. So, well, I'm really confused that Silhouette she got a Codex. So I don't know. I'm not sure if she's trolling the game or what, because you don't see a Codex on a Silhouette. I mean, if you spend,
trolling, but oh, there's the engage. Kill field going to be used. The swap from Andro. Nice line stuff from Magnus. Going to connect with Glacius. He's going to try and channel the eruption. He's actually going to be able to get it off. It's going to do a fair bit of damage. Soul Stealer going to follow up. That's going to be a single kill for him, a double kill perhaps. Nope, just 1 kill. Buyback from Silhouette going to be used, so she's going to try and get back to this fight as quickly as possible. They're not even going to need her. This is all going to get cleaned up. Tundra, the only one left alive. Quad kill coming out from Pyromancer, man. 19, 1, and 8 on our blue Pyro. That is just insane. I think this top lane of Rax, it's going to go down, and of course the bought back Silhouette is going to be pressuring this mid lane here. So Friend Forever not going to mess around at all.
So looks like after this game they're gonna be friends again, hopefully, because we often quarrel in games like Hon, especially Hon is so competitive. So when we lose a game, we are usually angry with each other. So looks like they're still friends.
Yeah, well, that's good news. You're absolutely right. Team morale is something to be concerned with. Silhouette, a little bit of trouble, but there's the team support. They'll be able to finish off Magnus. Torture going to go down as well, and yeah, the massacre just continues here. Tier 3 in the mid did go down, so those racks are going to fall. And of course, the tier 4s are going to start taking damage pretty quickly here as well. Codex picked up on Bubbles. And it is now what level? Silhouette. That's a level 5 Codex on Silhouette. And level 3 on Bubbles. So get ready for some burst damage insanity here, man.
Yeah, that's right. So, wow, Silhouette just got caught, but nice save by Andromeda. Wow, that's a big swap down there. Actually saving Silhouette at the last blow. Well played there.
Yep, same case with Bubbles as well. Going to make it out with double-digit hit points. And we'll see how this fight continues, although I have a feeling it's going to end with Team Zenith tapping out here. Not much else they can do. Silhouette can have a very long-range stun. That's going to set it up for Pyro. And that'll be an easy kill onto this poor Soul Stealer. 4-12 and 3, not the game that he was looking for.
Yeah, that's right. So I have to certainly say that this game is really over, and I think, well, we have to wait for the Mega Creeps again.
Yep. Maybe, perhaps. We'll see. They're actually not going for that bottom lane, so maybe they will just go end it. Maybe they'll break from the norm here, man. Well,
Right.
As GG's come out, vote to concede, so even if they don't pass the vote, it's very well maybe the end. One last dive, as it may be. As the creeps push in.
Alright, so looks like the Vietnam team is showing us that they can win without a Mega Creep. Yeah, so looks like they're gonna end this game, and they are really having fun at the well.
Yep.
So, yeah.
50 to 17, Magnus, the big eruption.
Wow, big plays by Powermancer, really big juke down there. So, well, game number 3. Games goes to Friends Forever against Team Zenith. So well played that, Team Friends Forever. So, well, how do you think about this game?
Well, second game in a row where Zenith has let a Snowball Hero get out of control. It was like a 25-1 and 15 Pebbles, and here we have a 23-1 and 11 Pyromancer. So Zenith, it seems their big problem is just dealing with those kind of early / mid-game snowballs getting out of control. Yeah. Interesting, we see kind of similar scores back-to-back, though. Kind of a 25 and 1, now 23 and 1.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So, yeah, so that's the end for this game, and we will move on to next in 5 minutes. So stay tuned to us, and we'll be back with more exciting show for you guys. So stay tuned.
Don't bring me down. 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 Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun, 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 begun. Don't bring me back. Don't bring me, bring me, bring me. Don't bring me, bring me, bring me. Don't bring me back. Don't bring me, bring me, bring me. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun.
Today we are having our sensor store wide. Now we have lots of lovely have the latest menswear inspired, and of course we have a really hot DJ. And here spinning for us today. And if you're, we have Prosecco here as you shop.
me down. Don't bring 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 me down. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't tell me our youth is running out. It's only just begun. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down.